Mwah.
You're a funny guy, Sully.
In a world that is constantly consumed by war, between insiders and scoopers battling on Twitter like little kids in a schoolyard, there is one team that can bring hope. A team that doesn't partake in petty rivalry. A team that sets their egos aside to bring you the scoops they get. A team that fights for enjoying the moment, not the flames of war. That team is Super Team Megaforce! A team that thinks Edward Lauder should play Captain Britain. A team that makes Syl laugh because it's infectious. A team that brought Mikey Sutton from out of the shadows. A team that tries to control TiVo's monologues. A team that for some reason lets that James guy play silly clips.
Yeah.
This is Super Team Megaforce! Hello everyone and welcome to Super Team Megaforce. I hope you guys are all doing well. I am doing very well, even though it's 2:30 a.m. in the morning here. That is, well, a.m. in the morning. That doesn't make any sense. It's 2:30 a.m. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go over the comments, shall we? We've got a big show for you guys before I go into that, but let's go into the comments. Sean Harrigan says, Super Team Megaforce. Echoes throughout the land. I like that. Super Team Megaforce! Yeah, you know what? I think James just has so much fun with these things. It's always nice to see what he comes up with. Who else do we have in the chat? We have...
Yeah.
Let's go through the chat. We have Kevin Feige. Of course, we have Kevin Feige. And he says, can you fit that many people on screen? You know what? We're going to have a lot of people on the show tonight. So that'll be... we're going to find out, Kevin. You managed to fit a lot of Avengers on the screen. So we're going to manage... We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to fit as many people as we can on the bloody screen. Right. Who else do we have? We have Geekosity saying, smash that like button. You got to smash that fucking like button. Remember that. Smash that like button. Do it now. Do it. Go over there and hit the fucking like button. All right? You hit it now. You motherfucking hit the fucking like. I just told you to hit the motherfucking like button. So you got to do it right now. Do it. Yeah, it's a bad impression of Michael Caine. It will get better. I used to do a good one. And then Movie Addiction Party says, hey, Twitter, is Twitter down? Is Twitter down? You know what? Facebook's been going down quite a lot recently, but I don't know about Twitter.
It's not down. Like... And Yara, I sent you the link too.
You know, you say it's not down. For me, it is actually. Oh no, it's up again. All right. Weird. Who knows what's going on? All right. Who else do we have? Jedi Master EJ says, "What's up, everyone? What's up to you, Jedi Master EJ? What does EJ stand for? I want to know. I mean, because my name is EJ Lauder technically, so it's Edward James. But let me know. Right, who else do we have? We have James.
Do request.
Ready for mayhem. You know what? Tonight is going to be absolute mayhem. It's going to be a lot. Danzig is in the comments and he says, I'm here for one thing and one thing only. Our man. Yes, our man. And Joseph Adorno says, Hamada Burger. You know, those Hamada Burgers, they're looking less and less appetizing. I'm going to be honest now. Hamada Burger. Hamada Burger. Sounds rather delicious. I don't know. It used to, but now I'm not so sure. Who else do we have in the chats? We have Freddie Lauder. Freddie, my brother, Freddie says, sup guys, late tonight, about to fall asleep. Freddie, you can go to sleep. It's pretty late. So yeah, that's fine. If you want to go to sleep, that's absolutely fine. Sean Harrigan says, get ready. Joseph Adorno, get ready. Hamada's going to cut out burger and put in train. Hamada train. Is this a new thing? The Hamada train. Who else do we have? We have Raj. Raj is back in the chat saying, I'm getting a blank screen Is this working for the rest of you guys? Is the show a blank screen? I hope not. I have to check. We do have to check. Let's have a look. Let's go to the channel and see what is going on. If there is a blank screen, that's not very good. It doesn't look like it. We seem to be okay. We seem to be doing okay. It is working. Okay, brilliant. Right. Danzig says, do you know there's probably a Warner Brothers executive nervously awaiting the stream to start? Probably. I mean, apparently, according to Mikey and I are troublemakers. At least that's what Warner Brothers thinks of us as. So who knows? I'm not sure if there is really, to be honest. I don't think executives watch that YouTube that much. That's how that's how Zack Snyder managed to get onto so many YouTube channels. And it wasn't until like the very end that they were like, oh, actually, maybe you shouldn't be talking to these guys. Right. He loves Syl, you know. Zack Snyder loves Syl. Let's go on to the next comment. Who else is in the chat? We have Joseph Adorno again, says Hamada Choo Choo. And Mikey's in the chat, so he will be on the show, and he's looking for an Hour-Man hour. So I think the show is going to be a bit longer than an hour, but we probably have an hour on Hour-Man. I don't know how we can do that. I don't know how you can fit in an hour on Hour-Man. Danzig says at Mikey Sutton, his hour has coming to theaters 2022. Hour-Man the movie. You know what? Is that really going to happen? That film? I don't know. It's probably be great actually. Who knows? Let's go on. Danzig actually. Yeah, who knows? He says also R.I.P. Helen McCrory. Very sad. Yeah, sorry, it is late for me. Who very sadly passed away today. She was in Harry Potter. She was in Peaky Blinders. She was a really, really fantastic actress, and it's very sad. She passed away at the age of 52. She had a long-standing battle with cancer, and she was still able to do some brilliant stuff before she passed away in the last years of her career. She's brilliant in Peaky Blinders, and she plays Draco Malfoy. Draco Malfoy's mother, I believe, is the character she played in Harry Potter. And she's just been in a lot of stuff over the years, so you'll probably know her. She was married to Damian Lewis, who is another British actor who was in Homeland, and a very, very good British actor as well. So yeah, R.I.P. Condolences to her family. It's very sad. It is very sad. And SylAbdul says, is small screen asleep? I'm not. I was actually here 30 minutes early today, and I made sure I had a bit of a nap before, and now I'm ready to go.
And,
right, who else do we have?
I do think that moving forward, there's more opportunities for us to do things like this. And really, at the end of the day, it's about the fans, and I think the fans want to see it, and it gives us a way to sort of explore maybe some different stories and different ideas and use the medium in a different way than it's been used thus far.
What do we want, Walter? What do the fans really want, I wonder? Is it the Hamada
win-win situation?
It's definitely a win-win situation for them, isn't it? Yeah, they've really been winning recently. # winning. Remember that when that was a thing? Leroy Kong says, hello, guys. Hello to Leroy. Joseph says, yes. Yeah. Who else do we have? We have Philip Castillo in the chat. Says he gave us a like. Brilliant. Give us a like. That'd be brilliant. If you can give us a like, that'd be wonderful. This is this whole thing, Super Team Megaforce. We're now doing it every other week. There was a point where we were literally doing it every week. For me, that gets quite a lot because doing this at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning goes on until 4. Sometime I think 5 o'clock once. I was doing this until. So we can only really do it once every other week. And yeah. Super Team Super Team Mofos. That's from Syl. He will be on the show later today as well.
Super Team Megaforce.
He really loves that one. It's a new one. I think it's good. Right, who else do we have in the chat?
Mwah.
Mwah to you too, James. Chubby Teddy Monster Production says, time to serve that Hamada burger with Anson of avocado and Toby Totes with some how do you say that? Haterade? Like Gatorade, I suppose. Yeah, that sounds kind of disgusting. But it might be on the Hamada burger menu pretty soon. Who knows? Who knows what's going to be on that menu?
Hamada burger.
Right, who else do we have in the chat? We have 3:30 in the morning here in Greece with love and appreciation. Dim Pole says that all I hope. Dim, you say that.
And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing.
Exactly. listen to Captain America, and thumbs up to Daniel if you've liked as well. That's great. Please like and subscribe. We're waiting for people to come into the show, and there's going to be a lot of people coming in. Chubby Teddy.
Well, we really appreciate all you viewers, so that's why we're going to get through your comments.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. Not just because we're waiting, like Edward is saying, for some reason.
Well, no, we're not. We just want to see how you guys are doing. Smash that like button, says Chubby Teddy Monsters. Thank you very much.
You lie!
I don't lie. It is late for me, man. Give me a break. Lol, Edward Jr. Who's Edward Jr.? Oh, is that? Oh, that's your name. That's your name. Ah, okay. Well, hello to another Edward. And Sir Michael Caine has joined the chat. Has he joined the chat? Oh, I'd love to talk. He's one of my all-time heroes, Michael Caine. He's a brilliant actor, and he's just he seems to be in every single Christopher Nolan movie now, even Tenet.
Go over there and hit the fucking like button.
He's brilliant. I love Michael Caine. Who else do we have? We have oh yes. So this is about the hashtag release the haircut, which has been trending on Twitter today. So it's over 81,000 tweets. So I think it's going to get just more and more and more and more. It's going to be brilliant, and hopefully you can get that to 1.5 million, maybe even overtake. I'm not sure if it will do, but you know what? the Snyderverse fans, the Snyder fans, the DCU fans are brilliant at this. We've been trying to help as well a bit with the hashtag release the haircut movement. I think it's going to happen now. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. I'm pretty sure AT&T will step in and get that thing released on HBO Max. It's an easy win. It's an easy win for them right now. Who else do we have in the chat? We have what's still tweeting, man? Yeah, an 81k released the Snyder the Ayer cut. Let's keep it up. Almost at 100k. It's almost at 100k, so it's getting there. We are getting there. Right, who else do we have in the chat? We have the Black Shirt podcast, which is Clint. So Clint is going to be on the show today. I'm watching with Casey Bloy's chief content officer for HBO Max. Good one, Clint. And I wonder what he's doing at the moment, honestly. But he probably is watching this, and then he'll block us. Who else do we have in the chat before we get started? Let's have a look at. We've got Nerdy Williams saying, breaking, Hamada is developing also an Asian Superman for Earth 3. Of course he is. It's exactly the kind of thing he'd be doing. Let's. I don't want to judge anything before it comes out, but it isn't good, is it? What's going on? So who knows? They can agree like anything at the moment, and I won't be surprised. Who else do we have in the chat? Let's go.
Super Team Megaforce.
And here we are. We're all here, all at once. This is the way.
In the middle.
Oh my god! What a huge crowd! You know, there's more people here than people who will see Our Man.
Yeah.
Yara would watch Our Man. Yara, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you give Our Man a chance? Yeah.
Of course. Why not?
So first off, I'd like to
maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. I don't know.
Let's introduce everyone.
Yeah, we got to introduce everyone. We've got a lot of people to introduce. So thank you to all of you for coming onto the show. This is a Super Team Megaforce. This is literally our Avengers now. It's like this is our Avengers movie. We've got everyone. Well, not everyone, but we've got almost everyone.
Funny guy, Sally.
Right, so we've got Clint. Clint is here.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Brilliant. How are you doing, Clint?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. I'm in Austin, Texas, doing my thing. Thanks for being here, and it's good to be here for my first time with Super Team Megaforce.
Super Team.
Sorry.
Super Megaforce.
Oh man, he's got the whole thing going right now. That's
okay. He's in.
We've got Yara here as well. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm a little scared actually to be around so many guys, and I can stop thinking why you invite me here. I am like the most hated person in like the Spanish community. Maybe you don't know.
No, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. It's an honor. It's an honor to
Thank
have
you
you
very
here.
much.
I wonder why I'm surrounded by a bunch of guys too, Yara. So we're in the same.
What?
And we have my brother Freddie. It's obviously he's not Canadian, but he's wearing a Canada stuff.
Random Freddie.
Yeah. I was just about to go to sleep and just put the big hoodie on because it's a bit cold, you know. But hi everyone. I'm sorry to crash this party like this.
No, you're not crashing at all. You're not crashing at all. And then of course we have he is not Edward Lauder. He is SylAbdul. How you doing, Syl?
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
and I do think that moving forward,
You'll probably get blocked. You'll probably get blocked for being on this show by a certain.
I had to check. I check Casey Bloy's account every day just to make sure he didn't block me. So, yeah.
Man, thank you. Welcome to the show. An OG Super Team Megaforce member, right there. And then we have Fatal J. Fatal. Your first appearance on Super Team Megaforce. How you doing?
I am actually the black guy from Reading Rainbow. I just got a tad bit fatter. And just to prove that, I will show you guys right here. Butterflies in the sky. I can fly twice as high.
You can mute him.
Take a look. It's in a book. It's Reading Rainbow.
He won't stop. He won't stop, yo. I told you what you know. He won't stop.
It's great having you guys all on the chat today and talking. We're going to be talking a bit of everything. We're going to talk DC stuff. We're going to talk Warner Bros. Of course, we're going to talk Marvel. Everything. We've got Mikey. Mikey's here as well, is he?
Well, you know what? I just wanted to say there's more people here than the Walter Hamada fan club.
Yeah.
Poor Walter.
There's not too many admirers right now. Welcome to the Hour Man Hour.
Oh, that's
Mikey!
I wonder how many people are in the Hamada club. The Hamada fan club. It's probably just Walter Hamada and Sarnoff. That's about it.
Well, it's about 2 people.
I like Hamada burgers.
Yeah, Hamada. I mean,
Hamada burger.
The Hamada burgers, they sound delicious, but there's something wrong with them. They're a bit rank.
They've got bullshit.
Well, it's because of the iron asparagus they add in the ingredients there. Yeah.
Fatal,
and don't forget your Tubby fries.
What time is it where you are, Fatal?
Fatal, you need to behave, okay? Behave.
I'm not going to be here for very long. I'm afraid.
Sorry.
This is normal. This is normal.
This is mayhem. This is going to be.
How many more of these?
Right. Well, I think. All right. I think we should start off in one place, and that is.
Okay, so you have your Webster now.
Yeah.
Right.
We start off in one place, and that one place is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What did you guys all think of it? Because we're talking about everything.
Can you blow me up and I'll tell you exactly what you need to know, sir?
Yes.
Please blow me up. I'll show you.
Blow you up. Well,
somebody please blow me up and I will show you exactly what Winter and Falcon Soldier were.
It's like, fuck it, you know? I mean...
Okay, here it goes. Nobody won't blow me up, but I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Trash!
What? You didn't like it?
He's gone.
How do you really feel?
Yeah, tell us how you really feel, Fatal.
I mean, it's not no excitement, boring, touchy-feely type stuff. A minimum of action. I don't know. It don't rock my boat. You guys think it's cool?
Talk about boats. Most of the episode.
Yeah, talking about freaking boats, fixing boats. Come on,
that was all this episode was.
That's the setup, man. Man. Just like watching Walking Dead or Game of Thrones. You're like, okay, a talking episode. Next week's gonna kick ass, and every time.
But next week is the last episode, right?
They've been talking for the last 4 or 5 episodes. After this episode, it's over. It's over.
man, I was just having fun listening to that. That was great.
Hey, we have Peter from Marvel here. He's the Marvel guy, so he's going to have something to say to what you just said, Fatal.
I thought I was going to be backstage watching us talk about it. It was great.
What did you think of it?
I thought it was pretty similar to the show overall. There are things to like. There are things that don't work. I suspect when it's over, it's going to be pretty polarizing in terms of how people respond to it. I still think it's better than WandaVision as a show. Maybe not as ambitious, but you're going to have people all over the place with.
But I thought Zemo was going to be the big bad baddie. They made him goofy.
They have no villain. That's one of the problems with the show.
Yeah. That's your villain right there.
Yeah. Well. There is no villain. It's not even Zemo.
But I think it's all a part of a setup, for like the movies or something.
Yeah, right.
For sure.
It's like when they do just stuff to.
I mean, we have to
prepare for the
remember
movies.
that Viking has said he wants people to be able to watch the movies without seeing the shows. Yeah. So that really limits what you can do. I think each show had a very specific story I wanted to tell. I wanted to take Wanda from A to B. And I wanted to take Falcon from A to B, and they weren't too concerned how they got there. And I think how that plays out really just depends on you as a viewer.
Real quick though, now these won't get other seasons, right? This is just a one shot, right?
They've been saying there have been rumors.
I don't think so.
Like they have been talking a bit about a second season, like whether it might happen or not. But honestly, I don't think it'll happen. I think they'll just be in other things, and like this. Honestly, this episode. It's a filler episode. It's such a filler episode, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, there's a big cameo coming," and it's fucking Mary Louise Dreyfus.
That was so terrible.
The chick from Seinfeld. I was like, they put the chick from Seinfeld in there. And what was she all about? Was she a monster or something, or an alien? Why was the card black?
Mikey, you answer that question. Yeah, counter.
About okay. Which question are we talking about?
About who
big cameo.
The
Countess. Who you were telling me last night after we watched it.
The thing is, Valentina. Like I have never seen Seinfeld my whole life. I never even heard of Veep. So when I saw her, I was like, oh, that's probably the cameo. Like, who the hell is she? I have no idea who she was.
You never seen Seinfeld? Sir?
No, never. No, I never watched TV in the 90s except for The Flash and Twin Peaks.
You did.
No, once we had an alternative rock station in 91, I just stopped watching TV. I was all about radio for like almost 10 years.
I watched so much Seinfeld. I went on marathons and binge. I'm depressed. Like I look at myself in the mirror and I look at myself in the mirror and say, I'm disappointed in you. I'm ashamed of you, sir. Because no man should watch that many hours of Seinfeld. The show is perfect. Flawless victory.
But that's actually what she's known for. But who she's really good in Veep as well. I honestly think Mary Louise Dreyfus is a fantastic actor. But the thing is like she's not. First off, people are like, oh, there's a big cameo coming up. It's not a cameo because we don't know. No one knows really who that character is. Not even people.
That's funny part.
They were talking about it was a character that nobody knows, right?
Yeah.
Like a new one.
Yeah, I know who she was.
She was introduced in some comic at some point, and she's like, she's not really that big a deal. So
she's got a long history with Mikey.
Oh my god, it's Madame Hydra, and she's probably a Skrull.
That's a good one.
Yeah, she's a Secret Invasion.
That could be interesting.
Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. But Elaine was supposed to be was slated, according to Vanity Fair, to be slated to be in the Black Widow movie also. So you might have a little of this character. And that took place a long time ago, so she's may have been working behind the scenes for a long time.
That's what they gonna do, y'all. They setting up Secret Wars. Probably at the end, she gonna be a scroll. Retro Steve.
Yeah.
They gonna set that up. They probably gonna set it up at the very end.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a scroll, and they're gonna do Secret Wars as the big Marvel next epic movie.
Yeah, she's also tied in with Secret Warriors, Jonathan Hickman comic book as well. She's got a lot of ties in comic book history. My favorite aspect of her history was she was in that classic Nick Fury sex scene by Jim Steranko that had no dialogue. It was all suggested, and it got past the comics code. You look it up. I mean, it's really, really suggestive. You can't believe he got away with it, but he did.
Okay.
Basically, Nick Fury was banging her, and it's told through panels without any dialogue.
Okay.
It's all suggestions. So, but anyway, beyond that, she is in Secret Invasion, so it's going to lead up to that miniseries.
Maybe we'll see Sam Jackson get a little something.
Yeah,
you never know.
Can I just say this real fast, real quick?
You'll pay how much to that scene. That'd be great. Yeah.
He's not supposed to hook up with Thor, Lady Thor, or something like that. No. Or I'm just looking crazy.
Lady Thor.
Yeah, like he's not supposed to hook up with her or something like that in the comics.
With Lady Thor.
Yeah, with that it's going to be Natalie Portman, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I can't really see Samuel Jackson hooking up with Natalie Portman.
No. I'm talking about Southampton.
Taika Waititi, bring it on.
No, I'm talking about the Falcon.
Oh, the Falcon. Oh, probably. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hold my beer.
I'm talking about him. I think.
I just want to say something real quick, real fast.
Yeah.
They dropped the freaking ball by having Samuel Jackson, Nick Fury.
I just have one quick question.
Scratched out by a freaking cat.
Yeah, fuck.
That was pretty funny.
I love that.
It's not a cat though. It's an alien, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But after you watch Winter Soldier, you thinking, okay, he was in a big epic battle. He got his eye scratched out by a cat.
An alien cat.
Call it, Sanchez, or you'll get a knuckle supper.
Yeah, that hurt.
I have a question for everyone. I don't know if you guys have been watching the end credits, but in the title cards of the end credits, sometimes they don't have the actor and the role's name, but as the characters appear in the TV show, they fill them in. Julia Dreyfus is one, and then Sharon, what's her name? Sharon Carter. Emily Van Camp didn't get credited until her appearance, and there's two more end credit cards. There's two more end credit cards that don't have any names on them. One looks like has graffiti, so maybe that's like Luke Cage, like Mikey was dropped to scoop last week.
Yeah.
And then there's another one too, and I can't place it. But when you guys watch it again,
shirt battle
for that and see if you got the hints.
I'm gonna have to tell the class to behave. when
just doing what Steve's doing.
He's the one with all the power.
Call it, Sanchez, or you'll get a knuckle supper.
It's like an optical.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's like an optical illusion, right? What's that hero? The Spot.
I know.
Right?
That's why I'll stop looking at you. I'm like Vertigo.
Ultimately, everyone
I can't see it now.
Disappointed with the episode. Yeah. Was everyone a bit mad on the episode? Maybe apart from Peter. I don't know, because Peter has to watch it 5 times.
No, I actually liked the episode. I thought it was actually some progression.
Yeah, I'm joking.
I thought it was
The montage was cool.
I think the acting was sensational throughout, and I really seen the kind of style they're going with. As far as these TV shows are concerned, you see the characters in their day off. You don't really see that in movies,
right?
And I think it really explores sides to the character that you just don't have time for in a film. So my expectations are different because it is a TV show.
So, Mikey, isn't this like a template for Disney Plus going forward? Like we're hyping up these MCU shows. You know, they want to kind of scale it down, right? Like going forward.
You know what it is. So it's basically Kevin Feige's version of the Marvel Netflix shows. This is how I would have done that. I put my main characters in there. I give them dramatic moments for the actors to really express themselves. Because I thought Anthony Mackie was sensational last night, and Sebastian Stan was great.
He's been great the whole
all
time.
the actors are great.
Yeah, Sebastian Stan is awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
Nothing against the acting. The acting is superb, but it's just lackluster. After we don't watch 10 years of what Marvel can do,
I think the biggest test is the next movie.
You can't really compare them though, because they're going for a different feel with the shows.
But Mikey, I want to say this though, real quick. Netflix brought the pain.
I just have one quick question.
Get used to that, Fatal. Just get used to that.
Nah, I'm used to it because I was on Elwood's show, and James did that to me. But
fire.
I'm just saying, Netflix brought the pain with the Marvel streaming services, and I'm not getting that same feeling with the Disney.
Well, you're not getting that
Let's not
Daredevil
forget, though, the
film.
Netflix show's got a lot of people complaining about Jessica Jones being too slow. Luke Cage being too slow. The only one that got the most praise was Daredevil. Everybody just loved Daredevil.
Punisher also. Punisher was good also.
The Punisher, I think, is the best.
People did complain about the season 2 though, because Jigsaw wasn't Jigsaw.
That's the first season, Mikey.
Yeah.
The biggest test is going to be the Doctor Strange movie. Like when you see Wanda again, how is that going to pay off?
Exactly.
You saw her backstory. You know that's going to be.
Well,
That's what I feel. That they are doing this. That's what I feel. That they are doing this so we can prepare for the movies. Like it all makes sense at some point. I hope so. I don't know.
Also, these are the perfect.
Two things that I really love is number one, they incorporated Truth comic book very seamlessly in the show. Because the episode was called the Truth, even named it after it. And secondly, it gave Sam Wilson like a very profound reason to become Captain America. Like he also he's not just like wanted me to do this. No, I want to do this.
Because the next movie would have just had him with the shield. You know, it would have had him with the shield, but this is actually showing that story. Which
it shows the story. Yeah, you can't show it in the film; it's too slow in the movie. You know?
Right.
So you put it in the show, let it evolve, and the last episode is gonna have all out fireworks. You know they're gonna go nuts.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go. They're gonna have to come strong, though, Mikey. They're gonna have to come strong.
Clint, you're gonna say something, Clint.
Yeah, I was just gonna say these shows are the perfect vehicle to just get to know these B team characters. You know what I mean, these are the second string guys that they're putting in these TV shows, and you're not gonna get that. I'll also, while I have the mic for just a second, I'll also say that Daniel.
Really, I never. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Yes, you broke my concentration.
Oh my god.
Daniel Bruhl was amazing. Like just that tiny scene at the fountain. I rewound it 3 times because I've acted a little and taken acting classes and stuff, and I was noticing things about him where he was doing internal monologues. Like you can watch him, and when he shows up, you can see it in his eyes without even saying anything. He's saying, "Oh, I knew you were going to show up," because he's always thinking. And then all of a sudden, when he pulls the trick, or he actually takes the safety off, you see his eyes blink a little bit, and then he's like, okay, and he almost grins because he says, okay, this is your nature to kill me now, and now I get to go back to my family. You can see it in his face, and then when he doesn't do it, his expression changes again, and then they show up, and he's like, okay.
You and he were buddies, weren't you?
All of that was said in the 30 seconds with no words. It was amazing.
I'm gonna go watch it again.
Just that little scene, tiny. He stole the show.
That's cool. Yeah,
I also think we've got to talk a bit about Wyatt Russell in this, because I think his performance is really powerful, and his character I think is actually the most interesting in this show, because the shit he has to go through, he's literally put into that role. And how the hell can you be Captain America and not be like superpowered? It's just not going to happen, is it?
That was a very good scene when he met with the dude's family.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that. That was good. I almost shared some. Well done. Yeah,
but I do think ultimately, if you're gonna talk about that, there are really good moments in this episode, and there've been really good moments in the show as a whole. But then this episode does come down to 2 dudes try and fix a boat, and one of the dudes flirts with the other dude's sister. And let's see where that goes. That's what I want to see. I want to see that.
That's Tango and Cash.
It ain't going nowhere.
That's straight up Tango Cash.
It did make me smile though. That whole thing made me smile. I thought it was quite funny, and I like seeing them interact more and actually become more friendly, because they weren't friends to begin with.
Yeah, and honestly, this is I think one of the opportunities that was missed on Netflix we should have had this with Power Man and Iron Fist. We should have had this kind of
buddy
chemistry. Instead, they hardly had any scenes together. I mean, it was like forced.
But those some of the best scenes, though. I thought in Defenders was Iron Fist and Luke Cage together.
They never established it really.
Not
it
at
took
all.
so long for them to do it. I was like,
poor old Finn.
What a wasted opportunity.
Nah, I'm no poor Finn. No, that's the best he looked, and I still didn't like him.
And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing.
I know that's your boy.
Where did they cast Finn Jones as Iron Man?
I want to ask
start a
y'all this.
campaign.
Do you guys think we're going to get a Cap appearance in this last episode? No Cap.
All right. Wait. You guys are all shaking
Captain
your
America?
head.
No, I don't think so.
Honestly, go and watch the interview that Wyatt Russell did with Radio 1, where he literally says, "Wait until the end of the series."
Okay.
Who said that? Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany said that.
Yeah. You guys are all just, but you've burnt Paul Bettany has burnt your bridges. Okay, I understand.
But Edward, we had Malcolm Spellman hyping up the cameo in episode 5, and that could not have been more underwhelming.
Exactly.
Hey, he should have said.
If Cap show up, that's breaking the internet, bro.
It's not happening.
But it could be old man Cap turn up at the end.
They're gonna show a clip of Endgame. That's what you're gonna watch it on TV. They're gonna be watching TV in the show.
Footage,
and you're gonna see Cap.
Boner's gonna show up.
Oh,
hell no!
Please, sign me up for that.
Wow, what can I say?
People are desperately saying that.
I'm starting a hashtag for Boner.
Hashtag for Boner.
Yeah.
Hey, tag me in that.
Yeah.
Not really.
And speaking of that parent scene, that was another cool thing with the parent scene is he's talking to them and he starts lying about what happened. Yeah. And it was kind of cool. It was kind of a callback to the conversation he was having with Battlestar with the rough stuff they had to do in war. And he's like, yeah, we had to do these terrible things and then come back and get medals that you almost feel like you don't deserve because you had to do this bad stuff. It's like you could kind of just it just made for it's like, hey, we're lying to the world, we're getting honored for this. I want to go be Captain America to actually do something good for a change instead of having to go do a bunch of bad stuff. And then fast forward to the scene with the parents is kind of the same thing. He's like, I couldn't let these people live. I took care of it, But anyway.
Hey man, is you a radio host or something?
No, I'm just a lead singer with a big head.
Well, man, you got the greatest radio voice known to man. This
he has a show. He has a podcast.
I'm gonna say, it's like before I go to sleep, I turn on the fan and listen to his voice. And it just
relax.
You got that relaxing radio voice, bro.
Feel the ocean waves.
Keep it up, man. Keep talking. I like this stuff.
The Black Shirt Podcast. Thank you. The Black Shirt Podcast with Clint Baker. How you doing? Yeah.
No, we want Clint to talk. Not you.
I know. I'm joking.
well, he's got a fatal.
So that's is that true?
Super Team Megaforce. The next big thing is here. That's the wrong. Yeah. I've done.
I was so impressed.
I've done.
Now say welcome to the Fail J Hotline.
all right, guys. Thanks. I'm going to go now. Clint can host the show, and I'll leave. It was nice. It was nice knowing you.
Thanks for coming, Edward.
Thanks.
He's got a date with Amber Heard. That's why he wants to leave.
That clip.
I'm trying to get the context of that clip every time he plays. I'm like, what?
It's the brilliant Matt Berry, and they're talking about great voices. Matt Berry has a fantastic one. But actually, one thing I wanted.
He was in Legion, wasn't he? Wasn't he in Legion?
Was he in Legion?
No, never mind.
No, I don't think he was in.
Continue.
What we do?
Get out.
Continue.
Yeah. But I wanted to talk to you guys about if you've seen what Alfred Molina said today in an interview with Variety.
Oh, yeah.
Basically confirming that he is going to be coming back as Dr. Octopus. What did you guys read that?
Worst kept secret ever.
Cool.
Yeah.
I thought we already knew
Being
it.
on set, it wasn't a big surprise.
It wasn't a big surprise, but the thing is, it's like this to me basically then confirms that all the other people that they've been talking about they're going to be in this film, aren't they? I mean, just look at what John Watts told him. He's like, dude, like we can bring anyone back. Nobody's
dying in this universe.
Yeah, nobody dies.
Yeah.
No one's really gone. Oh,
Yeah,
Star Wars. I'm sorry.
permadeath doesn't exist in the MCU.
We gotta sell toys. That's why we gotta do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they got it. Yeah, so they got to
But,
sell
like-
some Doctor Octopus toys.
But you guys think that like Toby and Andrew's gonna be there?
Yeah.
Like I know that there is a lot of talking about that and people are confirming that and all that, but I'm afraid, you know, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I completely understand.
Get my hopes up, you know.
I think it's
the
It's
same
gonna
thing
be-
with Warner. The same thing that happens with Warner, actually. So
Yeah, it's going to be emo version. You know, it's going to be
Nothing as
either
bad
going to
as
bring
that,
him
Yara.
back.
He's gonna dance with Zemo.
Yeah, it's good. That'll be a scene that I think everyone will want to watch. but I think what it means is, what it means is that it'll be a very small cameo, if anything. If there's
Oh my god.
yeah, it'll probably.
Oh my god.
James is very proud of that. He's the one doing the clip. He's just going to keep on.
I'm still
I
so
need
lost
that
at
clip, James. Give me that.
I'm lost at that. I'm so
James does this deliberately. He just wants the show to be complete like mayhem and pandemonium. That's all he cares about.
Really, I never. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Bring
I'm
on
so
the
used to
chaos.
it now. I'm so used to it now. So No
I gotta
Way
make
Home is
that
going
guy on the couch, Clint.
What's that?
I got to make that guy on the couch, Clint.
I got a quick question. Who got the bicycle in the background?
The bicycle.
What?
You don't hear the
Oh,
bicycle?
I heard something. Yeah, I hear
That's
something.
Mikey.
That's Mikey. Yeah.
Are you on a bicycle, Mikey?
You know the bicycle when you do like this?
Yeah.
All your machines.
Maybe it's not a bicycle. it's
Exercising
like a-
while I'm
You remember when you flipped your bicycle upside down and did this joint?
That's how you thinking about scoops on the bicycle.
You put the
Come on, just fucking Mikey!
It's my Walter Hamada Wheel of Fortune.
You got some Magic the Gathering cards in the spokes.
Ah, yeah.
That's what he's doing. That's what that's.
That's what we need. We need a Hamada versus Wheel of Fortune. What do we get this time? What the franchise do we get?
Oh my god.
I want a Twitch.
Please
No,
no.
we don't get a
That's probably how they plan their movies, right? Oh,
Spin the
Rock
wheel.
Son of Thunder.
It's our man. 5,000 million. Here. 5,000. Green light.
Power Girl. 5,000.
Let's see. JSA. Backup. Oh.
Talking of Mikey scoops, Mikey's come up with a lot of them this week. A couple of scoops.
It's been busy, and there's still more coming this weekend.
So you had a couple involving Wolverine, which was
I did.
pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. The Wolverine stuff. So basically, what you've been saying is that it looks like he might come back. There's a possibility that Hugh Jackman might return.
Hugh Jackman?
Maybe.
No one's
really,
dead in the MCU.
Just depends on the script,
No
but he
one's
really,
really
he really wants to do that Ryan Reynolds one. That's the one he really wants to do the most.
Well, I always felt like this, fellas. Marvel has a cheat code and DC has a cheat code. Marvel cheat code is this: give us a spectacular Spider-Man movie, a dope Spider-Man movie. Give us a dope Wolverine movie. That's all you need. When it comes to the DC, give us a dope Batman movie. Give us a dope Superman movie. Those are the big four.
Well, Batman
right
more. It better be dope. This will come.
Wish I held onto a little piece of that thing, because the buzz is any indicator, that movie's gonna make some huge bank.
What buzz?
The internet buzz.
What the fuck is the internet?
No, the other Batman. The other Batman.
That film better be like the Fort Knox of cocaine, man.
It better be Dark Knight and BVS Warehouse in the same movie.
Save Martha.
Bat thirst.
I'm just saying. Battison.
You never know. They might have a Martha series on HBO Max. You just never know.
You better bring it.
Martha on HBO Max. The two Marthas. Oh God, I should give ideas.
I suppose that what Marvel is doing at the moment, what Kevin Feige's doing, is they're obviously like thinking of ways they can bring the old actors back into the MCU, and the multiverse is that way forward. And it's a really actually DC's doing exactly the same thing with Michael Keaton and bringing him back to play Batman in the Flash, and Ben Affleck as well. We've heard a lot of this stuff about Christian Bale possibly coming back. Honestly, I'm not sure if that's right, given where that stuff's coming from. But it's like,
How
it's
about
like
that Wolverine TV series, right?
Yeah.
Put that cookie down!
That's James telling me off. But it's just interesting what's going on. It's like the two worlds often end up parallel. You know, they parallel each other, don't they? Because they're both playing around with the multiverse now. They are both bringing back old actors into their properties. Like it's, I mean, who do you think is going to do it better? Let's be honest.
Edward, let me. I'm gonna tell you this. This might be a statement instead of a question.
Yeah.
Did WandaVision drop the ball when they had Quicksilver?
Yeah, I think that.
They dropped the
I don't want to
They
talk
could
about
have
it.
introduced the mutant that way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think they dropped the ball. I think that was like I don't know.
Oh man, I was so hyped that week when Quicksilver showed up. Evan Peters, I was like, "Oh, the door is open."
And actually, Kevin Feige confirmed that was the beginning of the multiverse. So if you see Quicksilver from the other universe, this is the beginning of the multiverse. So
right.
This is the Quicksilver from
But there's
Fox.
like slow down. There's like slow down. Like we're hyped,
But I
it's
don't know
like,
what the
slow
hell
down.
they did.
But I just knew Michael Fassbender was going to show up in that finale and be like, "Hello, daughter. Hello, my daughter."
Exactly. I was expecting that. I was
hoping for that,
I had the whole story on my mind, you know. I was like, oh my god.
I was everything.
You always see WandaVision isn't over yet. That's the thing. The story's not over yet. It's still it's going to spill over in No Way Home and conclude in
They're not, but they're not going to bring Michael Fassbender in.
Oh
Like,
my
they're
God.
not going to do
That was
that.
their intention anyway.
Yeah, it was never their intention.
Is Evan Peters more of like a test to say, okay, let's see how this works, and it worked out great. So now we have full confidence.
Yeah, but they fucked up at the end.
That's not the point. The point is, okay, let's see how it works, right? Like, do people like this?
These
Well, I
guys
think
were like
WandaVision is just WandaVision is a total mind fuck. I mean, the whole from beginning to end, it was there to play with your mind, and
I love that though. Yeah,
and unlike DC, where they just don't know what they're doing. I mean, like
these
the
guys
Flash movie. Like I have a scoop coming out today about the Flash, and it just goes to show you, like they can't make up their minds. It's like, what are you guys really planning on doing here?
Oh,
like I don't know how many script changes that film has gone through.
Hey, Seal, I gotta ask you a question. What do a ninja say when he have to leave a live stream?
I think it says Ninja Vanish. Shout out to Fatal J coming through. Super
Shout
Team
out to
Mega
Fatal
Force.
J. Yeah, that was great to see him. But no, to be honest, he brought up a really interesting point about especially about Evan Peters. Yeah, no, he did. Because honestly, go on, Clint. You were going to say something.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of people missed a lot of what they were doing, and what kind of sucks is that they should just be telling comic book stories, but they're trying to do storytelling in an interesting way. And what they did with this, the whole thing was a spoof on TV shows, and it was supposed to be surreal and weird.
Yeah.
And so like a lot of people got pissed about the Boner thing. That was a tip into the hat to Ralph Boner from Growing Pains, which the director was actually on that show when he was younger. He was an actor.
Oh, yeah?
He was actually on that. And so that was a tipping in the hat to that. The bringing the other the other Quicksilver in was a kind of a joke to like the 80s TV shows. All of a sudden, next season of Fresh Prince and Bel-Air, you have a completely different mom, and nobody even notices.
But Clint,
So-
you knew
and so-
Evan Peters though. You know the fans saw Evan Peters. They knew they was thinking big.
But it's
You
also
know
it's a tease. You know what I mean? They're teasing.
Yeah.
It's a tease. But that's all they're doing is having fun as storytellers. And the comic fans are like, hey, quit effing around. We want our stuff. You know what I mean?
You know what I think, Clint? I think they underestimated the hype Evan Peters was going to have. So like when he like broke the internet like at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and so they didn't know like, oh shit, like we had something big here, but we're just teasing it out.
But how genius is that when you're trying to hype your movie and you're on you're getting shared all around the world?
Wow. Think about it, Clint, though. It's genius at the time, and they've been paying for it ever since.
Yes. Well, as they were writing it, Peter, as they were writing it, it was like, oh, this is genius. Like,
no, for sure.
Yeah.
That's a great point, though. It's. I think a lot of people think it was Kevin Feige's idea, but if you've listened to the interviews, it wasn't. It was the showrunner's idea and the people around her.
That post show, right, Peter?
Consider that if this was not Kevin Feige's idea, then you don't think that they can turn this, like they can change this?
Oh, they probably will.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, that's what they planned all along. Yeah, they planned all along. And if you notice, Evan Peters was never officially announced. It was a leak that came online with the footage. Like, what? He's in here as Quicksilver, and which was an intentional leak, by the way.
But that ratchet things up to another level. Like I was up, like I said, 4 a.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time, and I was hyped. I saw Quicksilver. Then the next episode, he's in the classic Quicksilver suit.
Exactly.
Like, you can't do that without giving us the multi.
But you know what made it worse though was Paul Bettany's, and Elizabeth Olsen talking about Luke Skywalker-ish cameo.
Don't remind me that.
Everybody crazy.
Okay. As the there are two Brits on this stream, me and my brother. You guys just don't understand British humor. That's not on Paul. That's just
I didn't lie. The Bettany thing for me was fine. Evan Peters was just not understanding your audience. That's a showrunner who is used to regular TV. Doesn't understand the comic book world at all, and thought, hey, this is what you do with regular TV. This is going to be great.
That makes sense, Peter, because I saw that you're referencing that wrap-up show after WandaVision was over. You had that week break. What do you call that on Disney Plus?
I forget what the name of it is.
But they did it with Mandalorian. After the season's done, and the showrunners, like you said, Peter, was like, this is this idea. We're just kind of messing around. It thought it'd be kind of cool and meta. And then it's like it hit the internet. It's like, oh shit, like this is big. They wasn't ready for the.
They don't realize we're a network of bloggers and troublemakers. And
there's also the fact that there's also the fact that basically they confirmed with Doctor Strange that the multiverse is happening.
And with WandaVision, the multiverse is happening. So they did it with their own marketing. It's their own fault, unfortunately.
But there's another problem here that I don't think anyone's actually said, is that Aaron Taylor Johnson was never going to come back to play Quicksilver. He made that very clear. He said, I'm not interested, and he's not. He's the only sequel he's ever done is Kick-Ass 2, and Kick-Ass 2 was shit. So it's like he just doesn't do that kind of thing. So the only way they could bring that character is if they had Evan Peters play him. Because Aaron, they might have
recast him, Edward. That's not true. You could have done what Clint was talking about. You just recast him. Follows the TV tropes. You don't need Evan Peters. You only put Evan Peters in there because people know who he is.
You're fired.
Yeah, it's also because he will be the Quicksilver in the future for them. So.
See, if they do that, which I think they will because it was received so poorly, then you're fine.
Yeah, and
that's why it was a good experiment, right? They went through the multiverse. It's a good experiment.
Yeah.
But this seems to be a problem with a lot of Marvel, like the TV shows at the moment. Is that they're just, and this is again, it's something that's connected to Feige and him not wanting anything major to happen in these TV shows, and it just means that there's not any real room for them to do anything like that in these shows. So it basically means it's just going to be character development and stuff that doesn't really matter if you just watch the movies. You can still just watch the movies and not.
Actually, if you think about it, Sam Wilson becoming Cap is pretty big. I mean,
but that happened at the end of Endgame.
Yeah, you don't need to see Falcon and Winter Soldier to understand.
Him getting his costume, which will probably happen in the next episode.
Yeah, but that only matters to super nerds, Mikey. Average people don't care about that.
Yeah,
they saw him get the shield at the end of Endgame. I don't think they're going to see him suit up in the next movie he's in. I don't think it matters that much.
Yeah. And it's like, as far as like, if you think about the psyche of people that don't watch every single thing Marvel related and just watch the movie.
It's set up is what it is. It's just they're setting up the big things, for the big things to happen. So in a way, you do have to see the shows to get the full picture, though, because they are setting them up.
I was just gonna say at the beginning of WandaVision, I was kind of annoyed when I saw the first few episodes. I'm like, this is like a self-indulgent like filmmakers like game. Like, oh, I get to mimic these other shows, and it's very self-indulgent. It's like a selfish thing.
I like that though,
and I thought it was cool, but part of me, I watched it, and part of me thought, hey, this is cool, but part of me said, if I was the director, instead of honoring the actual comics, I would. This is like my fun project to do. I'm gonna mimic these shows, and I'm like, part of it should be that. And then I kind of stepped back and said, you know what? But also, she's having a mental breakdown, and this is her reality. So this isn't supposed to be normal reality. So that and then they turned around and made that her happy place later. Yeah. So it all made sense in the end.
It tied in the episode before the end. It tied in the whole sitcom.
By the end, they did they put a bow on it and fixed it. But in the beginning, I'm like, okay, I'm getting tired of black and white. What the hell's going on? What's this about? And then it all made sense. Yeah. So.
A lot of people
made it profound, because I know people who, even I went through this. In the midst of depression, you escape into shows of your childhood. So it made it profound that way, and it made sense for wanting to live in that world. I always said that if I had the choice between living in another world, I would live in Three's Company. Because everything is happy in Three's Company.
So that's is that true? That's
You're living with two hot girls, and there's no problem. You know,
I mean, I think I'd live in Friends, because somehow you're able to have a really nice apartment in New York.
Yeah, if you live in the MCU, you might get killed by Dr. Doom or something. But Three's Company, come on! All you do is live with two hot girls all day long.
I would be Mr. Roper all day long. Mr. Roper's the best, dude. Yeah. But you get to burn your wife and then look at the camera and laugh. Like, that's great.
Dang.
They just collect people's rent all day long, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But you might
I was always thinking I'd be Chandler in Friends if I was in anything, because that dude. Anyway, let's not go into that.
Be careful, Aaron. Be careful.
I think we should change gears.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Real quick. I just want to ask you. I was daydreaming last night, and I was wondering if they're going to try and tie this into Shang-Chi, because Shang-Chi is supposed to be a big tournament, and I'm wondering if if the Power Broker wants the super serum to create some badass soldiers to go compete in Shang-Chi.
Sounds like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and I was just thinking about that. I was like, that I hadn't even thought of that. That could be cool. But what do you guys think?
That's what Shang-Chi is supposed to be.
First of all, Clint, you can't gloat about your Isaiah prediction you made yesterday.
Yeah, I was way off. Samsonite, I was way off.
Everybody was way off.
Yeah.
That's an interesting point. Like,
especially TiVo, if he's watching this, he's way off.
He's selling comics. He's not watching.
Yeah, he's not watching.
I just have one quick question.
That's all I needed.
Yeah, but that's actually a really interesting question. I actually think that Julia Louis-Dreyfus, her character, is the Power Broker.
Oh,
like that's what I think's happening. And I wonder, like, how the hell does she know that he took the serum, and how the hell does she know that he doesn't have the, like, it's just too much information for one person to have, unless she's like actually pulling the string. Peter's making a face. He doesn't think that's going to happen.
I at this point, I don't really care who the Power Broker is. I really don't. It unfortunately, like the dramatic push of the show kind of ended this episode for me. It's just going to be a bunch of punchy and Falcon in the suit, and then we're going to zoom off to whatever movie he's going to.
Peter, wasn't the Power Broker that was put on like when they retooled the show, right? That whole plot, right?
Yeah.
So that's why it's not landing, I don't think, with everyone.
Yeah, it's the problem with the Flag Smashers.
Well, you know it's the Oracle.
Yeah. So I suppose
Boner's the Power Broker.
Yeah, you said that.
They should do that. Actually, they should. It's all connected.
We'll change gears because we've been talking a lot about Marvel. Let's talk about the fact that actually release the Aircut has just passed 84,000 tweets on Twitter. Is AT&T going to release this thing? What do you think?
Yes.
Yes. Is this a yes?
I'm
Yara,
more sure
what
than
do you
ever
reckon?
now. Yeah.
Yara, what do you reckon? Do you think they're going to release the Ayer cut?
I don't know, man. Maybe not right now. Maybe later. What keep me thinking is, are they gonna release a movie that they have a good box office, because they did a good money
700 million. Yeah.
with that movie, right?
Yeah. That movie made more than Justice League.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
Anyways, but I do think that maybe later, because they are now releasing the Suicide Squad.
After James Gunn, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Maybe later.
Exactly.
Maybe later.
They don't want to confuse the two. Hammer doesn't want it to be released at all. But
yeah.
So, where's that not true clip, Syl?
Yeah, I mean,
you want to send me that not true clip?
I'll have to dig it out, but yeah, I'll find it.
If it does, that was a bad day.
Tell us about that day.
I remember that. Yeah.
I got guns. Let's say that I got guns, but I will have my retribution.
Map, man. That put you on the map.
Yeah.
That's funny, but yeah, I think it's kind of
real. That's really what happened. He took a machine gun out.
Like Yara said, though, I think, and Mikey said this as well. James Gunn Suicide Squad, they're pushing that out. Peacemaker,
later.
I think it's wrapping production like in the next month or so. So they're pushing that out. King Shark, Sylvester Stallone. So they want that world to kind of go on. But I think this would be something that pull out the votes next year.
Yeah. But it's just such an easy thing to do, and we've said this multiple times. It's like it makes no difference to the.
It looks like it's done, Edward. It looks like it's done.
Yeah,
it's not going to cost him. It's not going to cost him anything.
No, I think it's done. I think he's finished it.
No, it'll just cost him an ego.
Well, it would be good for Casey Bloys, Chief Content Officer for HBO.
He might end
we
up
don't
blocking
speak his name anymore. Yeah, we don't speak his name.
You reckon Casey Bloys will block Ayer on Twitter? I reckon he will.
I think he would block you.
You guys run out of saviors, because every week that we have like a saver for the Snyder and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
it was never.
At some point, it was Casey.
It was Casey Bloys. I remember when I found out his title.
That's true that guy is blocking people or something like that.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I saw it in real time. I saw it in real time, Yara. Yeah, someone is mutuals with us, Yara. I saw him blocked.
Well, yeah,
in real time. Yeah.
But again, he's blocking people that aren't actually being toxic, which is the weird thing. It's like I understand.
They weren't even toxic.
Yeah, but I understand blocking some people that are being dicks about it, which is fine.
I get that.
But he blocked someone that was literally just like, "Oh, if you're not going to release it, then I'm just going to cancel HBO Max." And it's like it's a bit like it was not mean. Cancel the subscription.
It wasn't mean at all. It was not a mean reply. They were just like, "Yo, you pumping Josh Whedon's show over the Snyder Cut?" Like Casey Bloys didn't say nothing about the Snyder Cut, but he's gonna say something about some nevers. So I'm just saying, like, as a fandom, we look at that, we're like, dude, like, you know what I'm saying? And then he
hurt his feelings. That's what happened.
He's a little sensitive.
You're like, hey, HBO's my favorite streaming service. Block. I really like Godzilla versus King Kong.
Why'd you say that name?
Yeah, he thinks we're all toxic. They're gonna block all those Super Team Mega Force guys.
That's what's starting off at troublemakers, right?
Yeah, but this goes back to the problem. We were talking about this, Clint, on the last show.
Call it, Sanchez, or you'll get a knuckle supper.
Yeah, listen to the producer. You can't have these executives be so like public in a weird way. Like honestly, Casey Bloys should be doing fuck all on Twitter. Like really,
he should not.
Also, this is what this is what I was saying. Who knows the fucking chief content officer at Disney Plus? Can you tell me?
Who doesn't?
Kevin Feige.
No.
No one knows. I mean, I looked it up. I saw the name. I immediately forgot it. All right, and then who knows the chief content officer at Netflix? Fucking nobody.
You know,
Kevin Feige.
I think it's because but I think it's because we are more aware of all these people because of obviously the history. You know, like for example, in Marvel, they everybody is happy with Marvel, like the Marvel fanboys. They're all happy, so they don't.
They
have
weren't
to
happy
go...
with Evan Peters.
Well, yeah.
You wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing.
They were not happy about that. I understand, but
Or why
you are right. You are right.
But y'all, they have that currency, Yara.
People.
Yeah. Marvel has that currency, you know.
In the MCU, you have a bad date, but DC is a horrible marriage.
So you gotta come home to that.
That's really what it's like, you know.
They need what they. I was gonna say what they need to do. They need to do with like Kathleen Kennedy at Star Wars. Everybody hates her guts, but she's the one who goes out and does all the talking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, they can either blame her or give her a high five, and she's still responsible for billion-dollar movies. Then you got a lot of people gunning for Jon Favreau to be the next one. They need to find that equivalent in the DC universe and promote that person and shut everybody up. Who's the hero? Make the hero the next head, and everybody else shut up.
Bro, that's the problem. They don't know. My first order would be restore the Snyderverse. That's what I would do.
At least
as your president, I will restore the Snyderverse.
Easy.
Yeah. The Rock, man. The Rock is president. There you go.
Things will never be the same because the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
I'm gonna take that. In fact, Dwayne Johnson will be head of DC Films. I'll make him head of DC Films.
Well, I spoke to Walter Hamada, and he said, "I don't know. I'm scared that SylAbdul guy is scary, man."
Honestly, I was going to say,
oh no.
And I do think that moving.
Sorry, guys out there instead. My human shield, you know.
I
pew, 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 pew. Like pew, 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 pew.
Whoa.
All right. Okay, this is what happens when you have a mad producer on a show, right? He gets very angry. He's got all the clips, and he's like, as Freddie said, he's like Bumblebee. He just talks through bloody clips.
So much power.
What's the scoop? What's the scoop, Mikey? Should we get it up? Yeah, let's get it up. I'll get it up on. It's on Geekosity now.
It's live.
Is it live or not?
Oh shit!
Oh,
just went live.
It just went live. It just went live. So I'll get it up. I'll screen share it. And I think what we do on this show is that we get Syl's live reaction when he reads out the scoop, because Syl's live reaction is brilliant. Right, here we go.
Yeah, he's the best.
So Mikey told me to put the bourbon down for the scoop, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna focus. It says here, let's see. Do I have the title? Let me see.
AT&T wants Ben Affleck Batman series for HBO.
Oh, there you go. That's the story. There we go. No, okay. So let's go.
Good night. That's a new story.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
But so here it says Ben Affleck's fate in the Flash may be up in the air as AT&T heightens their interest in the HBO Max Batman series. On March 26th, Mikey leaked that Ben Affleck's Dark Knight will face the Grim Reaper in the Flash movie. Everyone's upset about that. However, sources revealed that that's uncertain now. Initially, Ben Affleck's Batman was supposed to have a Endgame-esque finale, like Tony Stark in Endgame in the Flash movie. In like one movie, he's one Endgame. It was Warner Brothers' way of saying goodbye to the Snyderverse. Yes, the fans are aware that DC Films doesn't consider Zack Snyder's Justice League canon. However, the general public largely doesn't follow comic sites or trades. The death of Ben Affleck Dark Knight was largely symbolic. In other words, it was closure. Insiders told Mikey that there are two endings. That's a big scoop right there. Two endings planned for Ben Affleck. Moreover, his Batman might not be killed off as the script underwent changes. We'll talk about that later. For those unaware how the movies are made in Hollywood, screenplay tweaks are the norm. In fact, they even happened the last minute. Todd Phillips' Joker Zazie B said they change it every day. Frequently, nevertheless, the timing of this raises eyebrows as new developments are simultaneously uncovered. AT&T wants Ben Affleck's Batman. AT&T wants Ben Affleck Batman series for HBO Max. Surprisingly, it actually has little to do with the social media campaign. I give him a nod, Mikey. Just give the campaign a nod. It says instead, AT&T is focused on making a dent on Disney Plus. AT&T's main reason for finishing the Snyder Cut is all about their HBO Max landing a punch on Disney Plus. They're focused on money and new subscribers. That hasn't changed. We've been saying that for the past year. All this noise you read or hear about the Snyder Cut not acquiring views, that Wonder Woman 84, that's irrelevant. The Snyder Cut wasn't expected to top the Christmas Day film, Gal Gadot sequel. What would be the point? After all, they're on the same streamer. Why are they competing the same? Any competition between the Snyder Cut is about ego internally, clickbait outside Warner Brothers with the trades. Only people in the company who care if Wonder Woman 84 are executives who want to banish the Snyder Cut to the Phantom Zone. The Snyder Cut's real target was Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Disney Plus. HBO Max lacks the DC equivalent of Disney Plus MCU content. There are Avengers running around Disney Plus in 2021 with new adventures. Ben Affleck's Batman fills that role, to match Disney Plus. Mikey is told that AT&T wants more than a Ben Affleck Batman movie. That's what Mikey's told. In addition, they want a limited series wherein Ben Affleck has the time for his tale to unfold. More importantly, a weekly show could have more reasonable budget and generate a John Walker, U.S. agent buzz that MCU has right now. Originally, Ben Affleck's HBO Max project was discussed to be a flashback. So his death in the Flash film, which was expected, wouldn't contradict a la Black Widow. Apparently, AT&T sees greater potential in this going forward if it really takes off and Ben Affleck is willing to extend his time in the Batcave. What does all this mean? Faith, Alfred, faith. No bourbon tonight.
I love how you're so animated with these scoops. I couldn't read them like that. I just write them.
This is good news. Okay, this is good
news. It is good news. Yeah.
Once Ben Affleck, Mikey, explain to people because on social media, it's a big conception that anything DC has to come through Hamada, Emmerich, Asparagus, and Sarnoff, that whole crew. Is it really possible that AT&T can intercede like a la the Snyder Cut? To do that? Is that the angle?
They don't like doing it, but if they have to, they will. Again, it's all about dollars and cents to them. Hamada's reasoning for not doing it is purely egocentric. And what he's using as his defense is, Justice League and Dawn of Justice not doing as well as expected at the box office. That's how he's justifying it. That's how he's telling his bosses, like, "Hey, my numbers don't look good with the budgets on these films. Why are you pursuing this?" But he has personal reasons for not going through with it. And AT&T is looking at, but more than, believe me, AT&T is focused on what Disney Plus is doing. It's their main competitor. They're not going after Netflix. They're going after Disney Plus. And they're seeing the growth that Disney Plus is getting with their MCU properties. And they're like, well, what do we have in our corner to compete with this? And we got Green Lantern coming up with all new characters, different actors,
That's gonna be
obviously
big.
They don't want to follow Ryan Reynolds, But they're looking at the next 2 years. What do they have? And they see all these Avengers on Disney Plus, and Justice League Dark. Okay, you pay JJ for stuff like this. It's gonna do
not
well.
a buzz. It's not a buzz
but
around.
where's the buzz? I mean, where are the existing characters that have been proven popular already.
So, Mike, with the whole angle, because you put a lot about Disney Plus versus HBO Max, AT&T. They're they got a couple wins. They saw the potential. Wonder Woman 84 beating Pixar Soul, Christmas Day, and then the Snyder Cut apparently outdid Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
so that's what they're focused on, right?
All they cared about,
But this end fighting is confusing people.
Guys, what I don't understand is, let me ask just this question so Mikey can continue. Why does Hamada has ego for something that he wasn't involved in the first place? You know what I mean?
That's exactly why, because he wasn't involved in the first place. He wants his own
his own
project to
Jeff Johns. That's what's his.
Part of it too.
Yeah, Jeff Johns. It was the one who
well, Hamada's having the same mindset as Jeff Johns. He wants his own thing.
And
that's his mindset.
Also, once they considered Josh Deswig a fail, let's move on. They planned a whole new thing, and they mapped out the future, and then all of a sudden, something that's from the past gets changed. It screws up the future. So that they're like, we already had this figured out. Now you're bringing up old stuff, and now you're going to screw everything up. And
Go ahead.
And also,
it's really complicated.
It's their it's the exec's fault that they didn't release an amazing movie in the first place.
Exactly. I think we can all agree. I think that we can all agree that all this is Warner Brothers' fault. It's their own doing. But the thing is that it's like he says, like they already have all these plans, years and years and years of plan, and now they give us the Snyder Cut. And for me, that's what I always think. Like the restoration is not like that easy, because they already have all these plans in course. They will have to change a lot of things. And the other thing is that what the other thing that keeps me thinking is, what if Ben Affleck doesn't want to do anything to do with this, and what is going on with Henry Cavill also?
Right. Well, that actually is something that I was talking about quite a lot recently. Was that Ben Affleck as far as I'm aware, he doesn't want to do it anymore, which was why he accepted the Flash role. Was because it was, for him, it was an end.
What is a Flash role now, Edward?
Well, that again, it seems to be changing constantly.
That's the variable. Yeah.
And the Batfleck idea, like that, the idea of doing a movie and a series has been knocking around Warner Brothers for years. And it goes back to what you were saying, Yara. Warner Brothers had some sort of plan to begin with. Then Justice League came out and massively underperformed. And basically what they ended up doing was reacting to it and saying, well, we've got to scrap all of this. Really, that's what they were. That's always their plan. It was always their plan to do that. And then The Rock was the kind of the big thing for them, like having him play Black Adam. But that movie was in limbo for fucking years. Like how many years ago was The Rock cast? It was like back in 2008 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's longer than Channing Tatum's Gambit.
Yeah, literally, it's been years, and finally we've got it going now because they finally got they finally got their finger out their asses and been like, dude, we've got The Rock. Let's just make this movie. Honestly, it's absolutely insane what's going on. I was specifically told that Ben Affleck doesn't want to be involved with all the DC drama anymore. They asked him to do the Flash. They offered him a lot of money, and they offered him an end point, an end goal, like for Batman, and that was it was a nice arc for him. And the Batfleck series is something that it seems as though they're talking about it again. So
Ben Affleck, I think after the Snyder Cut,
held onto a little piece of that thing because
Ben looked pretty good in those additional photography shots.
He did
with Batfleck.
And he does feel better about being Batman again after those very troubled time when he was
that's the thing.
Batman before.
And
I wouldn't say.
Do you think Jeff Johns is going to be involved in this Batfleck series?
Yeah, I wouldn't say AT&T is desperate, but they definitely want something to fill that need. And
that makes sense. Yeah.
And that's really what it is. It's like
Jeff Johns.
Well, I mean, that means
I think the John Cena Peacemaker series, I think is going to be badass.
It is,
I
yeah.
hope so.
It's
I
James
hope so.
Gunn.
The problem, Clint, we gotta see James Gunn's Suicide Squad first. I mean,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
it's
totally.
John Cena.
I think that movie is gonna be
That's what I'm saying.
great.
It's gonna
It's
be
John
good.
Cena, so I get it, but it's like, dang, like,
Yeah, there you go. You can't see him.
Am I
Now-
going to like that character?
No,
Yeah.
no, guys, let me ask
Sorry,
you
Yara.
something. Maybe why maybe I don't know. What if what happened in the Flash is not killing Ben Affleck, just like
Right.
for some reason he got like in a universe, Barry doing his thing, and in 2-3 years they could like bring him back and finish with Justice League 2 and 3 with Zack Snyder. Actually, I don't know. Maybe
That's
that
possible,
could,
right, Yara?
Yeah, I mean, maybe that could happen. Like they can continue doing what they're doing, like giving us more characters, like all these characters that are gonna bring like Satana and all that, and then they will continue, and then they will continue.
He's in the best shape of his life. Like when I saw the nightmare scene, I was like, "This is the best Ben Affleck looked like since that clip that James keeps pulling up. That's the best he's looked. So years." I mean, hey, I'm just saying.
Well, here's the issue with Peacemaker. It looks great. I mean, I wanted to see it really bad. But AT&T, like
thirst.
Yeah, like most people at DC, they basically only see 3 characters. Everything else revolves around those 3 characters.
The Trinity.
Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Those are their big ticket items. And so that's why they're so focused on doing more with Batman.
Mm-hmm.
You're
talking about Pattinson? No. Batman, right? Ben Affleck, right?
All of them.
So is that the issue? Is that people are still concerned? Does Ben Affleck want to do it? I mean, I know Edward. I trust his investigative reporting whenever it pulls it out. And Ben Affleck is looking to direct more films and kind of do. So it's like, is it about the money? Like what's going to convince Ben Affleck to actually do this?
Think about this, dude. Like, think about being Ben Affleck when he was cast for this role years ago. This was like 8 years ago. I remember rolling my eyes, and everyone on the internet was like, "Oh God, Ben Affleck," because he was in tabloids, he was married to J-Lo, all this stuff, and everybody rolls their eyes the same way that we look at Johnny Depp and Amber Heard right now. You know what I mean? I hope I didn't get.
Why did you say those names?
I apologize. I meant AH and oops. Yes.
We'll get team on it.
Yeah. Jamie, could you cut that out, please? Thank you. So anyway, but so he was like a tabloid joke almost at that point, with all these things, and they cast him, and everybody.
I don't do requests.
And then he did a killer job, and he was freaking amazing. He's my favorite Batman so far. He's fucking awesome, but they've been teasing him the whole time. The internet's giving him a hard time, and the studio is cool. Then next thing you know, the internet's cool, and then the studio is giving him a hard time. They're hey, let's give you a show. Just kidding, we're gonna take that away from you and not do that. And then all the drama with Snyder. It's like, dude, this is a lot of drama, and every 5 minutes you guys change your mind. I don't blame him. I would probably, because he's a filmmaker too, and a writer and a director. You got to keep a good relationship with him and be good, but it's just kind of Homer Simpson into the bushes, and then cool.
A great meme.
Yeah, I'll just Homer Simpson into the bushes, do a quick flash thing, and make an excuse. You got erased from history, and now there's whatever, and move on. And then when he has his film that he writes next year, he can present that and maybe put it out on Warner Brothers. But it's like, I don't blame him at all.
The thing is that what I'm thinking is, and that's what I'm thinking, that maybe it could be later, because right now Ben Affleck, that Ben Affleck is better writing and directing. He actually got his Oscars, or one Oscar, or one whatever, by doing that. Right?
He got two Oscars. One for writing, one for directing.
And Good Will Hunting. So maybe what he wants to do right now is do those kind of projects, so he can raise his his image again, and then he will be in a better place to come back.
He's someone that's very.
I won't close the door. I do not think that he's never coming back. I am one of the persons that I don't believe like they're gonna do something right now, but I'm not like saying that maybe it's not going to never happen. You know what I mean?
A lot of it hinges on whether Snyder comes back a lot. That's at least what I was told. So
but what happened with Snyder? These people just hate Snyder, or what?
So Mikey, put some context to this. Like, we got these campaigns again. Me and Yara are part of the, and Steve are part of the Snyder cut fandom.
Troublemakers,
we won. We got our cut, right? We got our
cut.
People like go away. You got your cut, right? But like right now, should we be appeasing to Warner Brothers, Warner Media, or more AT&T? Is that where we're gonna get more? Is directly AT&T? Just in your opinion?
Well, AT&T has a final word on all of this. I just want to add that the trench being canceled is more proof that they have all the faith in the Trinity and not even Aquaman. They don't even have faith in Aquaman.
Really?
Yeah.
James Wan.
Yeah, I mean, as the character of Aquaman, but they don't feel a spin-off from Aquaman will do that well.
Oh, man.
Except for Mira.
It wouldn't.
I just want to see.
That's a real thing, Mikey. That's a real thing, Mira.
I mean that's they say,
Love
hey,
that,
we need more female.
No, but actually, what I know that if it does feel like this is me kind of shitting all over Amber Heard, but I will say one thing about one thing about that nightmare sequence.
Actually,
One thing about that nightmare sequence is
not shitting on you.
She might shit on your bed first though.
She's terrible in that scene. She's terrible in it. And what I will defeat all people. And then she's going around with 2 bloody boxes of water. I'm like, so you're only useful if you carry around 2 bloody boxes of water in a fucking nightmare.
But she's wearing the shit out of that suit, though, son.
Yeah, that's not an excuse. Her character in that scene is useless.
Oh my God. Every time I see that, I laugh out loud.
I love TiVo's bit in that, being like, "Yeah, dude, she looks great in the suit." That's all TiVo cares about.
That's all TiVo cares about. Yeah.
It's really about the Trinity.
I just have one quick question.
Not so much the other characters. Anything Batman related, they go crazy over. They're like, "Hey, it's Batman related." Yeah, we get Batman.
It's that Warner Brothers feels that they need him. They need Batman for them because they feel that nothing else they make can make any more money than Batman could. Like they're doing this Our Man film at the moment. Let's be honest, that film it might end up being brilliant. I keep on saying this, but the film won't make $1 billion. It won't cross $1 billion. No matter what happens, it won't.
No.
I think we can all agree on that, aren't we?
To them, that anything that has a possibility of becoming really high. And that's always been the issue.
Mikey, are you all right?
Mikey, you driving in a tunnel?
It's like a jackhammer.
Yeah, it's the humidity is really bad here.
Coming in for Mikey after that scoop. The Warner Brother helicopters are coming.
Actually, I just came from the Bat Cave, so.
Come on, just fucking Mikey.
I think a lot of this shows how just there's such a lack of a plan inside Warner Brothers at the moment. It's their biggest problem. And Raj is on it. They released the air cuts now. 86,000 tweets. AT&T and HBO Max can't ignore this. Now. They're terrified of the air cut. Sil was asking. Go on. Sorry, Clint.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's also conflicting interests. Within it, like I said the other day, I've got a black belt in dealing with corporate execs, and they are looking out for themselves, and they're trying to get the credit so they can move up the ladder. So you got Casey Bloys trying to get more subscriptions to HBO, and you have somebody else at DC Films. Walter Hamada does not give a shit what's going on over. Hamada. Yeah, he does not care over HBO. He doesn't care. He was worried about his company. Yeah,
and he's a bit afraid too of the Stellar cut, the Snyderverse failing again in theatrically. That's part of it as well. Yeah. There's that fear in him, like I could lose my job if I, do this. It doesn't do well again.
Yeah, and that's why they got rid of all the other movies that they were The Trench and New Gods.
But at the same time, he's got his own little multiverse ideas that he feels that's gonna break the bank. So
that's why Hamada was brought in. It was to really tighten budgets. That is what he does. That's Hamada's whole.
That was the old regime, though, right? Was he brought in during Shujahara?
Well, that
he was
yes,
at
he was.
New Line Cinema with The Conjuring and all those movies.
And what he did at New Line Cinema was make very profitable movies for no money.
Exactly.
Basically, that's what he was doing, and that's what The Trench was going to be, and that's why it's so weird that they cancelled The Trench, because for him, I think, and now Our Man, I'm assuming, is going to be the sort of same thing, albeit a very low budget,
a lower budget, and but the thing is, it could make more than its budget, but that's not enough. I mean, they want.
We'll see if it makes it, dog.
The problem that Warner Brothers has been having is that they've been spending a shit ton of money on movies that don't actually make that much. Like, if you look at Justice League, is now officially the most expensive comic book movie ever made.
That's the worst example, Edward. That's the worst example.
Yeah, but it's true. That's why.
But that's literally the worst example to use.
I keep saying this, like from Batman vs Superman.
Yes,
they didn't did the money that they were expecting.
Yeah, no, they're expecting to get 1.5 billion.
Sounds a lot of money, almost $900,000, right?
Yeah,
something like that. It sounds like a lot of money, but it wasn't the money that they were expecting.
They wanted $1 billion, right?
Superman and Wonder Woman in the same movie, you know?
Yeah.
Well, they got it back in DVD sales, Yara. You know that.
But the thing, Yara's right.
For them, the box office is like high. Yeah.
right.
Still has an explanation for everything.
Always.
But the thing is, I mean, when they first came out with that movie, they were literally saying Batman versus Superman. Batman will make $1 billion. Superman will make $1 billion. So we'll make $2 billion out of this movie. And that's
the problem.
That's literally what they were thinking.
Superman was never $1 billion box office, though. Never.
Exactly.
Well, Man of Steel did all right. Man of Steel did all right.
It did like 600.
It's not the high grossing one, and it never was going to be.
That's the best grossing Superman film, Man of Steel.
Yeah,
but if the Superman Returns,
Yeah, those films were made a while ago.
Because everybody knows Superman, he has the potential of being $1 billion.
Yeah, and you stick Superman and Batman together, that's $1 billion. That's
Batman already did $1 billion, so I get
they did $1 billion with the Dark Knight.
Right, Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, whatever. So I get that they said, okay, Batman equals $1 billion, and then they neutered the film. So I mean, that's a whole nother issue.
Like a punch on their ego, They are watching Marvel doing all this money, and they have the 3 biggest superheroes in the world.
That should have been $1 billion.
Exactly.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. I agree with that. That should have been. It's a lot of variables, but it should have been. Yeah.
And then you got Marvel turning Ant-Man into a hit, and you guys can't even
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, hold up, Clint. Ant-Man did
right. No, still he's
500 million? No.
But Ant-Man was made on a pretty small budget compared to the other movies.
Well, no. Ant-Man, that's cool. Come on, MCU formula. Okay.
Ant-Man is a deep cut. Nobody, only super nerds knew who Ant-Man was.
The fact that it made a profit is a win.
Yeah, if you can make 500 million with Ant-Man, you're doing it right, and they're doing it right, and the other guys aren't.
I agree.
I think Ant-Man only had one regular series and it lasted 10 issues. Kirkman wrote it.
People here before Ant-Man was released, the movie was released, that knew of Ant-Man would have been Peter and Mikey. Let's be honest. It would have known anything really interesting about that character.
I never read a comic with Ant-Man. I knew who he was.
And here we go. This is the guy that's called Iron Marvel, and he's never read a bloody Ant-Man comic.
Nope, wasn't a big Avengers guy.
But this is
Didn't Garrett Moore
fired?
That's like
Garrett Moore dress up like Ant-Man on Saturday Night Live? No, didn't he?
Sorry, say that again, Steve.
Didn't Garrett Morris dress up like Ant-Man back in Saturday Night Live back in the day?
I'm not a Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Cut right there.
78, 79, around there.
But Zach said it right. Like all these movies are action comedies, and that sells well. That's what they are, and they do it well. So Ant-Man being an action,
son of a bitch.
I think if
It's the right pairing of actor with the character as well.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd he's a great Ant-Man. I mean,
this is 40, and what are role models? Paul Rudd is in that comedy spectrum. He brings in audiences.
Ageless. I mean, it looks like he went through a time machine himself. I mean,
that's a very successful minor character.
Call it, Sanchez, or you'll get a knuckle supper.
That's the MCU formula.
When people see these films, they don't go, "Hey, I want to see Ant-Man." No, I want to see Paul Rudd.
I think what's really interesting though to look at, especially as far as Warner Brothers.
Oh, Michael Douglas actually.
Michael Douglas.
I'd rather see his. Yeah.
You want to see his what? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what he just said. That was
you want to see his what?
He cut me off. I said his past. That's what I said.
No. It's not with the D. It was just what?
Hey, somebody rewind that.
Moving on.
Get out.
I think what you should really look at, especially is if you want to know anything.
Hey, Eddie.
I hate that scene. I hate that scene.
What you have to look at, especially as far as concerned, is that is the David Ayer interview where he said they literally saw Deadpool and wanted to change my movie into Deadpool. So it goes back. It's like they are always looking at the Marvel formula, and that's what they want. They're so desperate to get that, but they can't get that.
We are in the process having many conversations with the talent, the agents, and the exhibitors to try to work through how this can work and be good for all of them.
That's why they like Jeff Johns so much, because they felt that Jeff Johns could infuse that kind of lighter tone.
I think Aquaman fits that tone pretty well.
Oh yeah, he does.
Even though the movie doesn't make any sense, it's very light.
If they would just embrace what they do, it's like DC is like the Snyder stuff is darker, it's more intense, it's more dramatic. That's why HBO is a popular subscription channel for the last 30 years, is because they put out intense, dramatic stuff. They've got a black belt in that. They should embrace that, man.
Yeah.
And like I have good friends that don't even care about comics whatsoever that have watched the Snyder Cut, a movie that's too long for a non-comic fan, but they watched it and they told me, I've seen this twice this week because it's so fucking good.
This is a mega hit.
Most people I know are not comic book fans, and they ask them about these films. They love the actors. They love Robert Downey Jr. They love Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth. That's why they watch them.
Yeah, just grab onto that, and say, hey, Marvel does this, we do this, we own this, and go deep, man. Just
go deep.
And it worked, right, Clint? Like it worked with the Snyder Cut. When you saw the full vision, it worked.
It worked absolutely.
Like, keep doing it.
Exactly.
Watching a Snyder Cut made me realize how great that cast is. It's a great cast.
Fantastic. But executives don't do that. Executives look at what other people, if they're not winning. If they're not winning, as remember when we used to say winning? If they're not winning like that, they're just going to look at somebody else and see what they're doing. And of course, Marvel, kills with everything they do. So they're just copying, and it sucks. So
yeah,
and you don't realize too that you can have the right actor in there, and you can take a B-list character and blow it up. Look at Deadpool, because Ryan Reynolds is so hilarious. No one knew who Deadpool was before that film came out, except for people like us.
Rob Liefeld.
But they knew Ryan Reynolds. But then again, DC had Ryan Reynolds and blew it. So,
but you know what? It's funny because I'm guessing that it's not only about. I mean, it is about the money, but it's also about the ego, because Warner Brothers is the company that started all this. They are the ones who were at the top of their game in the superhero movies from the start, from the Christopher Reeve era, then Tim Burton and all that, and then came Marvel with their own thing, and they managed to do all these movies and started to hit $1 billion, and that's why I'm guessing that they are like that right now. They are trying to cut up what Marvel is doing,
And
because they feel like, hey, how it can be that we are the ones who started all this, and we are at the back. You know.
Yeah.
Win-win
But
situation.
for Marvel, literally, I honestly think this whole thing for Marvel came out of a place of also desperation. Because if Iron Man hadn't succeeded, that would have been the end of Marvel.
Which was a B-list character at that time, right, Edward?
And it was he was a B-list character because they didn't have any of the rights to the main characters. It's all over.
They didn't have Spider-Man. They didn't have X-Men.
Exactly.
But they were literally, and this is, I think this is what we really have to look at now, is that Warner Brothers is in that position. Like literally, Warner Brothers, technically, they could go under. They've had a terrible 2020. They've literally, the money-wise, they are hemorrhaging money, and the only way they're still staying afloat is because of AT&T. Let's be honest, because they're bankrolling them. Well, and again, you say HBO Max, but HBO Max is only available in the US and other certain other territories.
That's true. Yeah, no,
HBO Max is that launch has been a fucking nightmare as well. And honestly, like that's down to.
Here we go. We got an Edward rant. Yeah,
y'all were still waiting for HBO Max.
Yeah, I don't mind cutting Edward off.
Still waiting.
Peter,
I'm good.
Yeah. Like I have to watch HBO Max.
I'm about to leave, guys.
Right, Freddie.
See you, Freddie. Thanks for coming on.
I thought Freddie already left.
See you later. Just fucking act.
All right, man.
Bye, Freddie.
Peter, let your cat in.
You came to my show the other day.
All right, give me a second. I'll get him.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Why is he going?
Left you?
He's going to let
Iron Man. Iron Man. My nephew, I was asking him because he never heard of the character. He was really excited about the film, and he said, "Why are you so excited? You never heard of this guy?" He goes, "My God, it's like a Transformers film with James Bond."
What film are you talking about?
Iron Man. That's how he looked at it. And then the girls I knew, like, "Hey, Robert Downey Jr. is hot." You know what I mean? It didn't matter.
And it was a comeback story too, right, Mikey? At that time, that was a comeback story for Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, it was a total comeback story.
That whole first movie is a big gamble. I mean, with Robert Downey, the character, even the whole thing,
so many variables of that film. It hit.
It's a good example of everything just kind of working like it's a miracle movie, that film, because they literally didn't have a script when they were filming that film. They kept on changing things on set, and then but not only that, but they had Marvel and I suppose really it's mostly down to Kevin Feige really had the vision to see that this could carry on, but they needed some sort of plan. Now let's be honest, Iron Man 2 was shockingly bad. Like Iron Man 2 was a bad movie.
God.
But yeah,
I was so mad in the theaters watching that.
It wasn't good. But let's be honest here. If Warner Brothers had made Iron Man, if Warner Brothers had made Iron Man 2 and it did that badly, like it didn't do badly at the box office, but it did badly.
Of course, correct.
They would have panicked.
That's the thing. They don't stick with the things that they plan. Like what? Just stick with this and continue.
And probably Clint would know this. At the end of Iron Man 2, was there some kind of tie-in to the next film? Because I can't remember off the top of my head.
I don't even remember that far. Like I've had so much whiskey since then. I don't even know. I have no idea.
I think something tied in the next movie. Like it kind of kept you going.
It was Captain America tease. I think at the end.
It was the Thor.
The Avengers tease.
It was the Avengers tease, right? It was Clark Gregg getting the Thor hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, they found it in the desert.
Okay. Yeah. But that's the thing, that at the end, like that was like the cherry on the top. Like, okay, this movie kind of sucked, but hey, watch the next movie, right? The story's progressing. The Marvel formula, they hit it like with Iron Man. They hit.
Yeah, but it wasn't just that. They also then released the Incredible Hulk, which wasn't very good either. So
you like that?
Yeah,
I like Incredible Hulk.
That's the most underrated one.
And it's universal.
Like that?
Well,
I think it's better.
Yeah, it is universal.
It's universal.
Yeah, it's universal.
A lot of the stupidity you can put right there.
But it is connected to the MCU.
And also, the first Iron Man is not Disney or it's Paramount, I think.
The first
Iron Man, I think.
The first Iron Man, the Hulk, and I think Iron Man 2 are all on Marvel's dime. Paramount put it out, but they paid for it, and then Disney bought them.
Guys,
I like the Incredible Hulk.
All worked out. I mean, it's fine, but it's not. You're not going to put that. You're not going to put that in your top 10, like top 5, 10.
Not going to be in your top 20.
That may be number 5 for me. I'm gonna revise my list. I'll come back to you next Super Team Megaforce.
Watch it again.
So that's is that true?
I like that film.
Me too. I like it a lot. I like it.
Well, and they're bringing Tim Roth back from it, so he
exactly
will be back to the MCU.
All connected, baby.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be in She-Hulk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be in She-Hulk. But I think a lot of you look at the beginnings of Marvel, and it was kind of, there were, Iron Man was really good, but there were some hiccups, in there, and I really do think like Warner Brothers, like if that had been them, they would have just ditched the whole thing and brought someone else in and banged on about how they're actually about filmmakers and not really about franchises, which is the biggest pile of bullshit I've ever heard. Let's be honest. Warner Brothers saying we're a filmmaker company first. Yeah, all right, you fucked off Christopher Nolan. He's gone now. So which filmmakers are you really going to be?
Is he gone, Edward?
Yes, he's gone. He's not working with them anymore. Disney will offer him a shit.
Let me ask you something. But wait a minute. Either way, what Sachs was planning, it was not like a franchise. It was like a conclusive story, like 5 movies and that's it, right?
Yeah. Well, 5 movies is a franchise.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not like Marvel is doing.
No, it wasn't. I mean, he was trying to create an interconnected universe. He was pitching like an Atom movie for China, to kind of go into that Chinese market. So he was thinking of that sort of stuff, and he was also very much involved in Wonder Woman as well, and getting that off the ground. So, but that's the thing. Now that he's gone, there's no one with a vision that like for what the future is going to be. Are you really telling me that J.J. Abrams is going to be that person? Because
Hamada's the guy.
Hamada Burger.
Hamada.
Looking at J.J. to be that person. I have to get going, but I just want to thank you all.
Thank you, Mikey.
Bye-bye.
Let's get a Mikey clip. Come on, James. Mikey clip. One more time.
One more time to say goodbye to Mikey.
Mikey.
I don't request.
Takes no request. He takes no request.
This guy has all the videos.
He's got everything. He's got all the Arnie clips. So thank you so much. Thank you, Mikey.
Come on, just fucking Mikey!
Would do. I knew you would do it. I do.
Yeah.
An hour man talk.
Man.
Thanks, Mikey. Thank you.
Thanks,
all right, Mikey. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Mikey.
Oh, so yeah, we're gonna have something for you. So.
Special brew tomorrow. We'll talk about.
Hey, I want to hear about Henry. Come on.
We're gonna have some interesting things.
Yara, you want to come tomorrow too? We'll get Yara there too.
What time?
Cheers.
We'll talk later.
Okay. So I mean, again, like I think we're all agreed that Warner Brothers is a fucking mess. What's going to happen? Who knows? Is the Batfleck series going to happen? Who knows?
That's a consensus.
Yeah. Like it might happen. AT&T might push it through. Hopefully they will. But.
I was gonna say too, if Snyder had gotten all of his films, gotten to do the whole thing, and it succeeded, they would have just extended it, and he would have done 5 more. If they were hits, they would have just kept going and going and going.
Yeah.
You're talking about BBS and like that's what you're talking about, Clint.
Yeah. He didn't
I really do think that he's going, like, this Army of the Dead film is going to do great numbers. I think.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for that.
It's gonna kill.
Man.
It's gonna kill.
I'm not a zombie guy. That's the crazy thing. I never was big into it.
It's gonna be great. Come on.
I'm excited for it. Like I'm not that type of like genre, but like I saw Smart Zombies. He was like dodging Dave Bautista. I was like, oh man, like I want to see this film.
Zombie Tigers? Are you kidding me? That's like
exactly.
That's my new band name, the Zombie Tigers.
There we go.
Yeah. Holy cow.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Hey, I know that you like to talk about DC and Marvel, but have you guys are watching Invincible?
Invincible.
Yes. Great show. Come on.
It can be a topic. Anything can be a topic, guys. Honestly, you guys can talk about Amber Heard, anything. Mira,
Invincible is like freaking amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. That show is amazing.
Is everybody watching the show?
Pew.
Oh, we got
pew.
We got you on the first one, James.
What's happening? What's happening, James?
Always double down. So
He came in just to say that.
Yeah, if you guys aren't watching, anybody here not watching Invincible, you're
Oh my
screwing up. You
God.
need to go,
Yeah.
like after you're done here, go watch it. I'm gonna
What
watch.
are you doing with your life?
Exactly.
You're not watching that.
Yeah, it's very good.
Awesome show. Awesome show.
I love
Okay.
it.
We actually do have a scoop, I think.
Oh,
yeah, and should we no, it's not an Invincible one, unfortunately. Should we
I'm
go
on the
into
screen,
it?
so
Yeah,
I have the
so I
high
think
ground.
You're gonna have to read it. I think. I think
How
that's
do you
what
feel
James
about
wants.
sand?
About what?
About sand. So he's because
Sand.
you know,
That's a Star Wars thing.
dude, it's a
I'm
Star
not
Wars
that deep
reference.
dive,
right?
Yeah, I'm not deep into stuff. Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew,
I mean, you put me on the screen.
pew, 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 pew.
This is your fault.
Do you want me to read it? Do you want me to read it this time?
You want me to read it? Oh, okay.
I'll read it this time. Okay. So this is another scoop from Geekosity. I'm not going to do a good job as Syl, but Peter Parker. No one does. Peter Parker will face death in upcoming Spider-Man movie. Spoilers.
What?
Yeah. So spoilers.
Whoa.
So be careful, guys. Potential spoilers for the next Spider-Man film. According to Mikey. So Mikey dropped this and then left. Peter Parker will face death in his college years in an upcoming Spider-Man movie. The following contains potential spoilers for the Spider-Man franchise. Turn away now if you'd rather not know anything. In the comic books, turn away now if you don't want to know anything. It's just going to be me on my own.
We're losing viewers. Shout out to Mad Max.
Are we actually losing viewers? In the comic books, the random killing of Peter Parker's beloved Uncle Ben is the broken heart behind Spider-Man's origins.
What?
Yeah. Writer Stan Lee and artist Steve Ditko established the tragedy in Spider-Man's first appearance, Amazing Fantasy number 15 in 1960. See, when you read Mikey's stuff, you get a history lesson in comic books.
Can you speak a little faster, Edward?
I'm trying to get through it quickly because it's 4 o'clock in the fucking morning for me.
You gotta make love to the article. You gotta love it.
Uncle Ben. Okay, here we go. Uncle Ben was murdered by a thief that Peter Parker could have stopped moments before. However, he let him run off as he saw Spider-Man as a way to profit. Peter Parker then learned his famous lesson that with great power comes great responsibility. Yes, but Uncle Ben had been missing from Marvel Studios' first 2 Spider-Man movies. That is true. He is missing. Aside from Uncle Ben's initials engraved on Peter Parker's suitcase in Spider-Man Far From Home, he has had no presence whatsoever. Insiders told me that it's intentional. In the MCU, they explained Aunt May will be the loved one Peter Parker loses. Oh dear. No, don't lose her. She's great. Apparently, Kevin Feige wanted a different approach. Certainly, Peter Parker's closeness to Aunt May, Marissa Tomei, in the Marvel Studios films is firmly established. Losing May would be a gut punch. It would be terrible. God, imagine losing Marissa Tomei. Given Tomei's popularity as the character, it will hurt. Yeah, it definitely will, Mikey. Sources close to me, Mikey, added that May will perish either before or during Peter Parker attends college. Whoa. Okay,
Mikey.
I'm going to stop a bit here because... Let's have a moment to grieve, not only for Marissa Tomei and Peter Parker, but also Happy. Poor old Happy. Can't he be happy?
No.
In other words,
May.
in other words, it could happen either in Spider-Man No Way Home or in the 4th movie. Spider-Man No Way Home underwent several script changes due to the global pandemic and creative reasons as well. It's the most experimental of the trilogy. I don't know how much of this remains intact. For example, Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock wasn't initially in the movie, but COVID-19 production delays pushed it back enough that Marvel Studios had the Daredevil rights back from Netflix. Peter Parker will grow from a boy to a man. Along the way, he will say goodbye. And that's it. That's it. That's the scoop. Now to end.
Stop whining.
Aunt May is gonna die.
Don't take Aunt May. Come on.
That's anything but that. Not this.
That's a good choice. I think. I like Marissa Tomei, but Marvel always has the problem of no one ever dies. And if you want to give Peter Parker something that's emotional, you can't just invent an Uncle Ben and murder him in a film. No one's going to care.
This raises the stakes, right, Peter?
Yeah.
They're changing things. Yeah.
Tony Stark was his Uncle Ben. You know, like
Yeah.
What about his best friend? They could take out his best friend.
Well,
I will be happy if you do that. If they do that,
he's going to be a villain.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean, that's what they're saying is that he'll be Hobgoblin, isn't it? And Ned will be
he's going to transform in college. Yeah,
Ned Leeds will become Ned Leeds the Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Comics, Steve.
Comics. But then who else could they, who's the other guy that's horrible to him to Peter Parker? He could die. The one that hates Peter Parker, but like, yes,
Venom.
Yeah, they could get rid of him. No, but I mean, Marissa Tomei. That would be that would be a resonance, like
it's a powerful mom.
That's major. That's major.
Comics?
Yeah,
Peacemaker. Yeah.
Oh, Peacemaker.
Yeah, Peacemaker. Let's go, Cena.
I don't get.
New Spider-Man scoop, Cena.
Syl doesn't like that clip.
So that's is that true?
I just want the context of it. That's all. I'm lost.
It's just James talking through clips as you know.
Because I've had enough. Get out.
But basically, this thing, it does make sense, but it would be really horrible to see Marissa Tomei leave the MCU. But then again, there's no such thing as permadeath in the MCU.
No.
We all
Yeah,
know
they
that.
can bring her back.
Yeah, through the multiverse of madness.
Multiverse, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
The thing about Spider-Man too is, okay, Iron Man dies, but he dies in a Marvel film. You need something in a Sony film to happen that's impactful. And it needs to be, like, I think, even more personal, and that's as personal as you can get. You kill off his classmates, other than Ned, I don't think it's going to have enough resonance to...
Right, that would raise the level like crazy if I made that.
Did that movie come first than Doctor Strange, or which movie comes first?
Spider-Man's first.
Okay.
This December, right?
Yes. Spider-Man's first, and then it's Into the Multiverse of Madness, which is such a good title. It's such a good title.
Ralph Boner will return.
Ralph Boner will be back. I don't think people talk enough about the fact that Sam Raimi's coming back to Marvel to direct. I think that's insane that he agreed to do that.
That solidifies that Tobey Maguire's back. Like, I mean, like, come on.
Yeah.
I think Syl has hit it. They brought Raimi back, I think, to get all those actors in Spider-Man.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah, because I'm not sure they would have come back to work with Scott Derrickson, to be honest. I don't know. I don't see it.
I'm excited for a Spider-Verse. Like, if they really do it, go all the way, like that'd be cool.
I'm excited for Spider-Man 12 homies in LA. That's like they got home in every title.
Right. Home, like, yeah.
I suspect they're going to go away from that one season.
You're a funny guy, Sully.
Spider-Man plays baseball, home run.
Because he'll be away from home.
Yeah.
Away from home. I think this one will be the last home Spider-Man, and then they'll probably start a new trilogy. And then all of these films are coming to Netflix, which is going to be interesting, isn't it? They're coming to Netflix first after Sony made that very lucrative deal with Netflix.
In the US, Edward, it wasn't worldwide. It was in the US.
It's only US.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you read a lot, buried in the article, it's US.
Oh.
So wait, so Netflix spent $1 billion. $1 billion to have Spider-Man just in the fucking US.
Correct.
What?
Understand?
Got money to burn.
That deal only for Netflix US? No.
Yeah, apparently.
Distribution in the US.
Yeah,
and
everyone's got
all
VPN.
the Sony stuff. It's just some.
What about the rest of the world? Like, they don't think that we exist or something like that?
Probably
USA.
No, I know. Sony has their own, they don't have a streaming service, but they have some sort of service where I think you can only get it on Sony TVs. It's like some stupid thing.
So Yara, I know you're in Latin America, but what
Panama,
area?
Central America.
Panama.
Yeah.
Panama. So yeah.
The Panama Canal.
Yeah.
VPN, baby.
But you know what? Some people doesn't know where it's Panama. So I always say Panama Canal. So
that's actually the first.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Like in school, like I found Panama outside of Ecuador because that's easy to find Ecuador on a map. But Panama was the first country I found outside of that.
Yeah, it's a little one, the little one that is connected. Connecting.
Well, that's why I found it. I was like, that's a weird country.
What was the second country you found, Sil?
No, the first was Ecuador. Second was Panama.
And what was the third one?
I can't remember.
I'm very interested in what you learned in school.
You're very interested in geography, James.
Brazil is awesome. I'm going to Brazil next year, actually.
Yeah,
wow.
You think?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to catch that what's that Comic-Con event they have in Brazil. I'm gonna try to go there next year.
Yeah, the big one, the one that where everyone
I prefer a cat.
Yeah, it's Peter's cat. He's
I had 3 cats actually.
Me too.
Okay, so I think this is now winding down.
Yeah,
I skipped over Mexico. Yes, I did.
I was gonna say,
so obvious.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I called it the other day, man. Netflix is not playing around, dude. With all the money they've been spending, Knives Out, and like they're not playing.
They're
and you
getting
get all
a Knives Out film. Did I miss that?
Yeah,
they're doing
they're
they're paid like $458 million for Knives Out to have. I believe it's 3 films, and that's stupid. It's like so much money. It's so much money.
You know what it's done? You know what that deal's done? It single-handedly made Rian Johnson the highest paid director of all time.
Yes.
No.
Which is which every like Star Wars fans right now like what?
It's about
So that's is that true? That's
people are getting nosebleeds everywhere, right?
So that's is that true?
And my timing's off on that.
That deal.
So that's is that true?
Yeah, I still missed it.
Fuck off, Elon.
Is that true?
It is true. It is true. He's like in a single that deal because Knives Out is owned by Rian Johnson. He owns the franchise,
right?
And it's
don't bullshit me.
Yeah, it's his company that made it.
Yeah, it's like a true statement.
he made Knives Out. His company made Knives Out. So he still technically owns the rights to the franchise. What Netflix did is they just bought the 2 movies. So
it's about content. Work, like Amazon. I think that Lord of the Rings deal woke up every streamer. There was like Lord of the Rings that paid like what $1 billion?
Yeah,
250 for the
Amazon.
Rights. 250 for the rights, and they're spending $1 billion on the show, like including that.
They said season 1's gonna be like 400 million.
That's Amazon, right? Who's doing that?
Yeah, Amazon.
Amazon
Stepping up. Like you got Invincible. You got. I mean, they got Coming to America. No. Yeah. They bought Come to America, which was a hit for them.
Yeah.
So Amazon made some moves. Yeah.
Yeah, so Netflix had to step up to the plate. They're like, they're like, we need superheroes first off, because you look like a B team streaming site if you don't have a superhero franchise. So let's get Spider-Man in here. Let's get Army of Dead. We'll get the Snyder fans.
They got the whole universe.
Yeah, you got everybody. So
Netflix is
maybe they should.
Regardless.
Maybe they should buy DC films. Maybe Netflix.
They should. They should.
I hope so. They got Sandman. They got Sandman. I'm just
I can't believe they got that. That's just again shows how
Warner would never sell.
They can go crazy with that series, man.
It's also genius for Sony because Sony is like, hey, we don't have to mess around with Sony Plus. We don't have to do that. We just do what we do and let somebody else pay us $1 billion. That's brilliant. And also, when they get the stuff is ready out of the theater and ready for streaming, they're going to have it for 18 months, and after that, then they can go ahead and send the stuff to whoever.
What's the time window though?
18 months. Once it hits streaming, it's 18 months.
I mean, from theaters to streaming. Like,
I think it's 45 days.
45 days.
Yeah, I believe it's 45 days
now. Yeah, Paramount Plus doing that too with Mission Impossible. Okay.
That's the new standard. So after 45 days, it goes to streaming.
That, Steve.
It stays there for
that's
18
what HBO
months.
Max is doing too. 45 days. 2022, they're going to have the movies come like the Batman. 45 days is coming to HBO Max after it goes to theaters. Yeah.
So if Netflix after 18 months wants it to continue with it, they have to buy it again. So they've already paid.
Right.
Yeah. So it's and if they don't want to, then Yeah, so then they're like, oh, you don't want it? Cool, we'll send it to Amazon. They can buy it, or whoever wants to pick up the movie. So
or Disney Plus,
or whoever. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And
so out of context.
as soon as I heard about that story, I went and looked on the Disney Plus site, and I didn't see Spider-Man: Homecoming on there at all.
Spider-Man: Homecoming hasn't been on there for a while. I don't think it's ever been on there.
That just made me look.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not going there.
There are a bunch of films that I find really difficult to find. I find the X-Men films difficult to find for me, but that just might be.
But the X-Men films are in Disney.
They're
Yeah.
there.
No, they're there. They're there.
Yeah, but they're kind of buried, aren't they? If you go onto the Marvel thing, they're not on there. Like,
It's
honestly,
they are, at least for
Marvel
me.
Legacy or something like that.
Yeah, it's called Marvel
Not in the
Legacy.
States. Not in the
Yeah,
States.
I watched the Phoenix movie earlier. Oh, never mind.
Oh, you poor
I can't watch it no more.
Just
Whose blood
kidding.
is
Yeah,
this?
Netflix has.
Should have
What
saw
did
you
you do
don't
to
have to name Simon
What did you do
Kinberg.
to
in this.
Fassbender in that film? That's my guy, Fassbender. What did you do to him in that Dark Phoenix film? Okay.
Dude,
Raj asks, "Do you think Matt Reeves as the Batman will hit the $1 billion mark?" I actually think it will.
Yeah,
better.
I do. Yeah,
It's gonna
I
get
do,
that
I do.
Twilight. It's gonna get that Twilight guy, the fandom. in.
better.
They're gonna love it.
If it's good, yes.
It's
If
a
it's just
reboot.
average, no.
But then
I think
Jeffrey,
it will hit a billion.
Jeffrey Wright will help. I think that film. Jeffrey Wright's a strong casting. But man, they better hit $1 billion. It's a reboot. Batman.
Wait,
Look,
sorry.
it
So
better.
you think Jeffrey Wright will make them $1 billion?
I think
What?
Jeffrey Wright will help. Yes, I think a
Jeffrey
strong
Wright
casting will help.
I think.
Paul Dano, like they have a strong cast.
Yeah, Paul Dano is wonderful.
What's the release date for that?
They're great actors, but they're not box office
yeah.
draws.
No,
though.
but it's Robert Pattinson.
That's what I'm saying. That's a variable. Like, are they gonna really like push that billion? But it's a strong cast.
You're fired.
Do you think Mortal?
You're fired.
Do you think Mortal Kombat and Dune will save the Warner Brothers?
Well, Dune won't, because they don't actually make any money from that film. That all goes to Legendary Pictures.
Oh,
really.
never mind. So it's all on Mortal Kombat's shoulders.
That's not gonna work.
That's quite good. But that's the thing that I find really funny, is that Warner Brothers are like banging on about how well bloody Godzilla vs Kong did, but that film is a Legendary Pictures film. So it's like, fine, guys, like that film's doing well.
They're not making nothing from Godzilla vs Kong. They're not making.
No, it's just
Yeah,
it's
no.
all about subscribers to HBO Max. That's all they care about. Maybe the Nevers will make them some money. I don't know. Who knows?
Super Team Mega Force!
What about the Snyder Cut?
Yeah, well, the Snyder Cut probably did make them get them more
So they
like
canceled.
subscribers than we think. Honestly, the fact they haven't released that is just so bloody annoying, but they never were going to. Jedi Master EJ asks, will we ever see Edward as Captain Britain?
No.
And how many spin-off movies will we get from it? So Syl, you can leave the show, and yeah, no, I there we go. That's not me. That's the producer that did that.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. I got the confirmation today. I didn't get the role. Yeah, so Kevin Feige didn't like me. It's a shame. He gave the speaking part to Clint, because apparently he's got a better voice than me, even though Clint's American. But who knows? Who gives a shit?
What?
You have a
You
way
get British
better voice than I
actors
do.
to play American superheroes, then you get American actors to play British superheroes. That's
Exactly. This is what we're going to do. We're going to flip it. So I'm gonna be Captain America, and then Clint's going to be Captain Britain. That's what's going to happen. And that's how it's going to. How's your British accent, Clint?
It's worse than AH's. That's what I'm going to say.
Really? Is that possible?
Yeah, but yeah, I can. But I do carry cubes of water around very well. But yeah, no, my how's my British accent? Yeah, it's terrible, dude. I can't do it.
That's a faithful impression.
Yeah,
that's what you're trying to do. Yeah,
I'm trying to do.
people want Henry Cavill as Captain Britain, so who knows? Maybe that will happen. I personally don't think that will ever happen. I think Cavill's
personally
way
don't think that'll ever happen.
There you go.
Yeah, I was trying. Sorry.
Like I don't think Cavill's ever going to be cast as Captain Britain. I just don't think that's going to happen. I think they'll cast someone a bit younger, maybe, and less known. Like I love Cavill, but he is expensive.
I think it
go over there and hit the fucking like button. All right, you hit it now. You motherfucking hit the fucking like. I just told you to hit the motherfucking like button. So you gotta do it right now. Do it.
I was gonna say I have a pet theory that they're gonna go with the female Captain Britain anyway, so that would put you out.
It's time to wrap it up there, brother.
I've been trying to wrap this up for quite some time now, but yeah, thank you.
Still doesn't understand.
Hey, quick question. I'm just kidding.
Here we go. It's TV.
I just have one quick question.
He watches the show.
I would like to thank all of you so much for coming on this silly show, which is Super Team Megaforce. This has been an incredible turnout. It's now
Call it, Sanchez.
It is. Don't tell me to call it. Why don't you tell us each and every one of you? I'm going to start from. So I suppose here, Clint. Where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube, the Black Shirt Podcast, just like it says right down here, the Black Shirt Podcast, and I'm Clint Baker. And you can also find me on Twitter under Clint Riddlin, or Facebook or Instagram under Clint Baker. So come check out. Come check me out, and thanks for
the truth.
Yeah, every Tuesday. So thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I had a great time.
It's great having you on. And Steve, where can we find you?
You can find me on Edward's favorite platform, Vero. There you go. And I just had a workshop for JusticeCon today, so you can look at it. It's called How to Make a Film, and you can look at that and
great.
Check it out.
Awesome.
Everyone, check that out.
Check that out. Go to JusticeCon.
And Yara, where can we find you, Yara?
Oh, okay. So I have a YouTube channel called Movie Addiction PTY. So if you want to practice your Spanish, you can go there. And also,
link is in the description.
I watch it in captions, Yara. Full disclosure.
and also on Twitter, Yara_Wayne, because I'm part of the Wayne family. So yeah.
Protect Yara at all costs.
Yeah, please.
and then Pete, where can we find you, Peter?
I'm at Ion Marvel on YouTube and on Twitter. James always gets me with that. And I have a blog called MCU and Comics.
So awesome. Dramatic.
And then I think that's it. I don't think we have anyone else to. Oh yeah. No, he's gonna bring him back. Seriously, bring him back. Here we go. Syl, where can we find you?
You can find me in the club. It's going down. No.
He's been thinking of that one for a long time. Hamada Burger.
SylAbdul.com. We're doing a relaunch of my website. I got to talk to my producer after he stops playing clips. But no, check me out.
And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing.
Check me out tomorrow with Mikey. Follow me on Twitter. Bye.
Go over there and hit the fucking like button. One thing I'll say before we end is that release the haircuts now at 89,000 tweets, so it's doing pretty well, and hopefully that will actually.
Get everything over.
End the show.
You can follow me at 42cutcom on Twitter, and 42cut.com is my website, but it's really just nothing except what website we're down there. And SylAbdul.com and GeekosityMag.com and small-screen.co.uk. And definitely go check out Steve Kazan's RetroGrave prod for his workshop today.
Mad Scientist.
Steve Kazan for Big Wheel on Spider-Man.
All links will be in the description. We'll put those in the description.
They are.
Black Shirt Podcast. I just subscribed to you, Black Shirt Podcast.
Thank you, guys. Let's end the show here, and everyone can go to bed or something. Or
call it, Sanchez, or you'll get a knuckle supper.
We'll go to the club with Syl.
It's like, fuck it, you know. I mean...
Oh my God, I hate that.